Yes.
Get ready, motherfucker. You're talking about a new world we're getting into. It's 2024. Nobody knows what the fuck is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Chaos in the streets. It's a fucking election year. The deep state is balls deep into the internet. Russia, China, Ukraine.
You fucking name it.
Fucking nuclear holocaust shit going
Epstein
down.
List.
You have no idea what's about to happen, but you know something's about to pop off, motherfucker. Let's go.
Woo.
This is the V and Ape podcast, bitch. Let's do it.
Yes. Guys, we're here. Let me put the song down. Let me fade it out.
There is so much shit going on in this fucking world. I mean, it is insane.
Sheesh, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry
Listeners,
Christmas.
Happy New Year. We're here.
Hanukkah, whatever the fuck.
All right, took that shit out already. All right, we're good. We're ready to pod. Man.
Talk to me, V. It's been a while. It's been a while, and I know you've been looking at the shit that's going on. I know you got a list. I know there's shit to talk about here. Let's do this shit, bro.
Dog, well...
Bring anything. Anything.
Dude, it's been I'm just happy we made it to another year, bro.
We did.
We're here, guys.
I just don't know whether or not this is going to be the last one, because shit is looking tense.
I mean, where do you even want to start, Abe? Like, there's so
you
much. You want me to start it off?
I want you to get things going.
All right,
I'll flow off your energy.
No, for sure.
And I'll expand on it.
I mean, the Epstein List came out, dog.
Let's get into that shit.
We've been talking about this.
Let's get into that shit. There's so much. When that client list came out, right?
First of all, let's get into it. First of all, guys, apparently the Epstein List came out not in full.
No, not in full.
But some names did come out.
Some of it, yeah.
Apparently, I seen Alex Jones tweet it. I seen multiple people talk about it. It was this week, the first week of the new year.
I'm not gonna pretend like I fucking read this shit.
Same. I didn't either.
The only thing I do know for a fact is that Bill Clinton is definitely a client.
For sure.
Definitely a very suspect motherfucker. And on the other hand, the subject of Trump came up a lot because he's always the one that people want to compare.
Now, I heard from at least my timeline, claims that he was not a part of Epstein Island.
Right. So the only thing that I saw was in court filings that had to do with him being mentioned and and people asking whether or not he was an actual client or whether or not he had shit to do with it.
Right.
And I saw parts where the people, the girls that were...
They were being asked if Trump was present, did he do anything, and they said no.
Right. They sort of said no, which, I mean, it's sort of... I mean, I can't pretend to know exactly what's going on, but I don't see... At least from that, I don't see anything. That doesn't mean that he's innocent or anything.
Right. We don't know 100% sure yet.
But I got to see more compelling evidence. It seems like there's a much more compelling case for someone like Bill Clinton because he is one of the John Does in that document that was...
People are saying that this list is kind of them throwing us a bone.
It is partially fugazi in the sense that there's so much missing shit.
I was going to say, bro, it's like they're just doing this, I guess, to shut people up.
It is too good to be true if you think about it, right?
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why would they even be down to put this out there?
But wasn't it such a conspiracy theory a few years ago when everybody was going around on CNN and on Fox all over the place and talking about...
Now it's normalized.
How fake the Pizzagate shit is and all that. And then next thing you see... is they're releasing a client list where presidents and fucking princes and shit like that are being...
Naomi Campbell.
That's what I'm saying. Like
she came out with a video crying, talking about that she had nothing to do, nothing evil in that island.
Right. This is...
like what people are dropping videos because they're fucking terrified.
There's a pedophile island where presidents and global leaders go to fuck underage children that are being sex trafficked.
And Jeffrey Epstein was blackmailing these dudes. Pretty much.
Yes.
And
as far as you can tell, he was probably Israeli intelligence. Or at least, a sort of asset for Israeli intelligence, as far as we can tell.
Some people say that. Some people say that he was actually a part of the CIA.
He was. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. By the way,
the CIA and the Israel
and the Mossad. No, I don't think so.
Isn't that a conspiracy theory?
I don't think it is. They work together all the time. These are allied governments.
Okay. Well, yeah, there is the... I mean, dang, I wish I would have watched the Tucker video where he's talking to his brother. Because the main questions with the Epstein thing is, one,
right,
who the fuck did Epstein work for? To this day, we don't know. Or what he did for a living. Second, how the fuck did he acquire all that money?
Right.
And three, did he actually commit suicide on the...
No, he definitely did not commit suicide. I mean, let's...
And yeah, the doctor, I think his brother, I seen a clip, his brother was talking to Tucker about, like, how the doctor himself said that, bro, it's impossible for this guy to have committed suicide. Like,
if you just look at it, I mean, even the way that Bill Gates talked about it, when he was asked about it on an interview, he's sort of like
trembling.
Well, he's dead, and so
that's all that matters. Like,
and
nothing else.
I was like, God damn, bro, that sounds like you. It's almost like you killed the motherfucker. Like, that was some mobster answer right there.
Yeah, no, you could tell Bill was extremely uncomfortable. Like, it was so like, and anytime anybody does bring it up, like he doesn't even want to speak about it.
But his wife comes out
and says he was doing some fuck shit with Epstein,
and that the divorce had a lot to do with it, with the fact that he would hang out with this guy, knowing he was a convicted pedophile and all this shit.
Yeah, and they hung out after he got
after he was after
the Palm Beach
after
shit.
The legal troubles, and I mean, think about how well connected he was when he was in fucking prison. He was there part-time, where he had an entire floor to himself, where he would actually bring women in that he was gonna sleep with and fuck that night, and then he would leave outside and just hang out and do his fucking life. It's like he wasn't even in prison.
Yeah, I remember. And bro, they gave this man, they would let him go. He would be on house arrest. He would fly to other countries. Like, this man gave no fucks. Like, he clearly had somebody protecting him. I mean, I know you've seen the funny ass shit about Stephen Hawking being on the list.
I mean, that is just so unlikely.
He was on the list.
No, I'm just saying, so unlikely that he partook in this. I mean, he doesn't really have much of an option. I mean, for all I know, it was just his friends got drunk and they were like, "Yo, we gotta get
our boy.
We gotta get Stephen laid, bro.
We gotta get."
And he's just there with his fucking robot voice, you know.
There was so many funny ass memes about it, bro. I know it's like it sucks to talk about this, but it's, yeah. Apparently, Stephen was there. I don't know what the fuck he would be doing there. Let's keep it a buck, bro.
I really don't.
Like, why the fuck would you go there?
Are you getting lap dances, bro?
He probably did some weird, freaky shit. The memes were hilarious, though. It was like, there was like, oh, when Stephen Hawking got to the island, it's like a guy that's in a wheelchair and just gets up automatically. Like, it's like he was just faking it and shit. And like,
that'd be fucking amazing.
There was a bunch of like, but yeah, dog, apparently the actual Epstein list is going to be in full by January 22.
Well, we'll see.
That's what they claim. They wanted to, I guess, just throw us a little something for now, but overall, dude, it's crazy, bro. Alex Jones was right.
Well, Alex Jones has been right about that, at least. I mean, it's hard to say exactly how far it goes, because it sounds so outlandish. If you were to start telling people, like, oh, there's a politician who ended up being convicted for being a pedophile, it's like, okay, that's one person. Right. If you were to tell people there's a group of politicians that are actually pedophiles, that sounds more conspiratorial, because now it's a group.
Now it's a group. Then you tell them a bunch of celebrities and politicians just go with this guy on an island,
right,
on a plane called the Lolita Express.
And the island is decorated in Egyptian theme.
Blue and white. It looks like you live, it's like fucking Greece.
It's like in an Assyrian temple or some shit like that, you know? It's almost... I mean, it's cult-like the way that it appears, and then you start thinking about it, and you're like, well, this does sound like a conspiracy. And
Jeffrey Epstein might have been the most powerful man on the planet.
I mean,
he was up there.
They got his ass.
I'll say that, but
but no, I think he was just a tool. The blackmail that he had, it wasn't even his.
But what do you think? You think this was all his plan, bro? Or do you think? So you think it's bigger than?
No, he's a tool.
He's a tool.
He's a tool. Look at how they took him out.
So you think he was all a part of this shit? Like, he was just
he was a little figurehead,
a little figure that
could be used. He was a dude that, like, he you know, people got along with him because
you think some dude in the government is actually telling Jeffrey what to do and like trying to fuck over these politicians?
No, I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's that. I think it's more like he was befriending these people and sort of getting them involved, and he was in that world. And
so why was he blackmailing them though?
Because that's a very powerful tool. I mean, there could be various reasons for blackmailing them. Yeah. Some of them go into shit that is just so wild that I can't even
entertain.
It's not that I can't entertain it. I just don't. I don't want to go down that road because it leads us to like such uncharted territory that there's no escaping it.
No.
But when you think about the shit that Jeffrey Epstein was up to, I mean, at the very least, he was engaging in what may just be the largest. I would say the largest blackmail scandal of all time.
Of all time, has to be.
But I also can't even say that. Blackmail is such a universal, and it's used for everything. I mean, cults use blackmail all the time, right. Yeah. And it looks so cult-like, the shit these guys are doing. I mean, you could see the theories that people were concocting before about how this was a sort of cult, and that you prove your loyalty to the cult by sort of,
right.
You know.
Damn, Ape, I need a lighter, bro. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Did you pause?
No.
But while Via's gone, I just want to tell you, I mean, the shit that these people might be engaged in, at least according to the popular speculation about what it might be that these guys are doing, it has to do with something like sort of a sex cult, right? And what I mean by sex cult is that these guys might get involved in this sort of shit where you got to blackmail yourself to be a part of this cult, right? And the way you blackmail yourself is by doing an act that is so profane and disgusting that it would absolutely destroy you if it got out into the light.
I got the lighter,
and
bro.
So it could sort of be seen as an initiation rite if what it is that you're doing is entering a cult.
The reason why I was saying all that, though, was because maybe whoever is behind Jeffrey Epstein was just trying to fuck over presidents, some like a power move.
I don't think it's a person per se.
I'm not saying not a person, but like it's something.
I think it's various governments interacting with each other, and I
various governments.
Yeah, it's not just one. I mean, if you think it's just the United States or just Israel, no, man, this is
no. You think this guy was really deep in the trenches, connected with?
I think these guys have always been like that. I mean, these guys, these power brokers of the world, they've always been into this type of shit.
The thing is, we don't have much info on Jeffrey Epstein. That's the real problem.
No, but I mean, there is a lot of info on the shit he was doing.
Like the beginning of him, like how did people even?
That we don't know. And that's part of what's so weird about it, because for some of these people that are behind, that seem to be behind the scenes until you just get so much exposure on them that they become public names.
I mean, he only fucked up because he got caught.
I mean, think about it like this: Who is Klaus Schwab? Who was he before the World Economic Forum? What was he doing? What family does he come
I'm sure
from?
James Lindsay knows.
Who is he related to? What was he doing? I mean, he's German.
What was he doing, Abe?
He escaped Germany.
What was he doing?
Apparently.
How old is Klaus Schwab, by the way?
He's pretty old.
Like 60s?
Hold up, I gotta take another piss.
Go ahead, bro. Go for it. I'll pause. This man is like on his 5th pee, dog.
Oh, it was a lot of drink.
A lot of drink. And we're back.
The furthest I could stretch this conspiracy theory that I said I wasn't gonna talk about.
Okay.
Is that what we're looking at is an ancient elite cult on a global scale that basically acts by creating a series of... It creates a religion for the masses wherever it goes, keeps its own religion to itself, and gradually introduces it to other people through a series of steps, the same way any secret society would, in degrees. Yeah. And at the bottom of it, what you see is that it's a worship of nature. It's a nature cult. Right? And it's about the idea of having true knowledge preserved for the elect and keeping it away from the profane masses. Now, of course, this is some outlandish, esoteric shit that I would never claim to be able to prove to anyone.
But what that's the real way to knowledge, getting adrenochrome and doing all.
No,
this
I
shit.
don't know about all that. I mean, yeah, that would be part of it.
That would be part of it.
That would
right?
be part of the general thesis of what it is that the elite.
I mean, adrenochrome isn't like it's not proven, right? We haven't.
No, adrenochrome exists.
It exists.
You can synthesize adrenochrome. Yeah, it's.
How would you do it though? Isn't the only way to get kids or in
No, I'm not sure about that.
No.
Let's actually look at the article.
Because I'm not even
on Wikipedia. Can you pause it for a sec?
Sure, go ahead. Or I'll let it play. Go ahead. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because I don't want it to be just silent for a fucking hour.
I'll delete it, bro. I'll delete it. Oh, there, I'll stop it. Good.
So it says here. Now this is not a reliable source, folks. I'm on Wikipedia. Okay. Adrenochrome is a chemical compound produced by the oxidation of adrenaline, epinephrine. It was subject to limited research from the 1950s through to the 1970s as a potential cause of schizophrenia. While it has no current medical application, the related derivative compound, carbazochrome, is a hemostatic medication. So despite this compound's name, it is unrelated to the element chromium. Instead, the chrome suffix indicates a relationship to color, as pure adrenochrome is deep violet. Anyways, take a look at the history of adrenochrome.
Yeah, how the fuck did they thought that was the cause of schizo?
That they did think it was it might have had a lot to do with schizophrenia. So here's some interesting things about adrenochrome that some people might not know.
Sure. Hit me with the facts.
So it seems like it might be neurotoxic. So there was, like I said, there was this hypothesis that it might be a cause, or that it has a strong relationship to what's causing schizophrenia.
But what's the effects of it though? Like what is it meant to do? Do you know that or no? The claim is that it. What's the claim on the cult the conspiracies that it makes you younger? It doesn't age. It makes you not age or some shit. That's what I've heard at least.
Right.
Motherfuckers take that, and that's why there's people will conspiracy theories of celebrities, why they look young still and they're old as shit. It's like they're taking adrenochrome or whatever,
right.
Which is come on, bro, And it just so happens that kids getting fucking killed and shit.
Here's another one. It's believed to be cardiotoxic, so have some elements of cardiotoxicity, so definitely terrible for the heart. It doesn't seem like it's good for you. It seems like it might be related to psychosis or going crazy, and adrenochrome is obviously oxidized adrenaline. Right.
So just blood form?
If I were to inject somebody with adrenaline, they would be shitting bricks.
I'm not sure that's how they're taking it though. They're probably drinking it, right? What's that lady's name that does the spirit cooking?
What, Marina Abramovic?
Yeah, that lady's creepy too, right? What's up with Jay-Z? In one of his videos,
Jay-Z's been on that type of shit.
But why did he do? And then in the album, it was one of Jay-Z's weaker albums. It was the one where he was on his Picasso shit. He was every bar he had Picasso in his raps. Fuck, I think it was Holy Grail.
I think so, yeah.
And one of the videos, he's face to face with this lady and the music video.
Yeah.
You seen that shit, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. I saw a whole HBO special on that.
On her?
No, on that interaction that she had with Jay-Z, because what was happening is Marina Abramovic, she was doing this thing where people would go in a straight line, they would go around her and they would make a line so that she would be able to stare at them deeply into their soul or some shit like that.
So that's what she was doing with hoes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Marina Abramovic also ended up hanging out with John of God, right? The cult leader.
Oh, man.
Who is now in prison.
Of course, that guy.
So again,
they hung out as well?
Yeah, they were on video hanging out, and she was so mystified by his spontaneous...
She was mystified by him?
She was amazed by it. She was romanticizing the fact that he was doing surgery on people without anesthesia and without a medical license.
Not a idea in her head was you know what, this might not be.
If you're in a cult and you're cutting people open without anesthesia on camera, you're probably not a good dude, you know?
And she was like, you know what, this guy.
She loved it. Oh, she was there and she was talking about it, and she was romanticizing the pain, right? And that's another thing that she was on, right? The spirit cooking thing was just a grotesque act.
It's just aesthetics, right? It's just like
it's a way of.
Is it an actual process where she's eating it? No, right?
No, I don't.
It's kind of like just their like incense.
I don't remember, any of that shit. I just know it's creepy.
She also claimed that she's not a Satanist.
Of course. Well, I mean, she doesn't have to be a Satanist
to do any of that, but it's like you do lean on. It seems like you would lean on that type. I
mean, the Satanists claim to just be, edgy atheist. In many ways, because they don't even believe in God. They just believe in Satan as an archetype, right?
Right.
With people like Anton LaVey, I mean, these are basically atheists who are doing ritual ceremonies for a psychological effect that it's supposed to have or something. But
you believe people are doing rituals?
Well, people have always done rituals.
But like, do you believe it's as common as it was back then? Well, that's a dumb thing. No, it's not as common as it was back then.
I can't tell you. I mean,
but do you think it's practiced between the elites?
Rituals?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what they have secret societies for that are very popular. Like they get initiated in colleges on a regular basis, like Yale, and Harvard, and all these universities that have secret societies like Skull and Bones. Like these are elite societies for people who are from respected families.
But they've talked about it themselves, like, hey, we do rituals and shit. This is a common thing that it's like common knowledge, general knowledge.
Is it general knowledge? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
But all secret societies do rituals. I mean, well, not all. I don't want to say all of them. Not every secret society has some religious element to it.
There's one of those Twitter pages that's like always on my timeline. It's not Dr. Keck. It's like another one. It's called Cappy something. Remember Cappy?
I remember Cappy, yeah.
It's like a page that's like a picture of him, and it was, I only bring it up because Kid Cudi actually replied to this shit. It was about Cudi wearing a dress on SNL.
Yeah.
And the guy was tweeting like, oh, look at the humiliation ritual they're doing on him, this and that. And Cudi actually tweeted back and was like, listen, man, like he went off like on a paragraph. He was like, listen, bro, this is not no ritual shit. Pretty much said that this is just me expressing myself, and then
I don't know. Listen, again, I'm not saying any of this shit. I'm just describing what the conspiracy theory is. I don't.
Right. We're not claiming that it is.
I'm not going to go ahead and say that there's like
100%
humiliation rituals, and that when they made Kevin Hart wear a dress or some shit, it was like some ritual and he needed to do it to advance his career or some shit.
You don't think there's any truth in that?
Or I can't claim it.
I'm not saying you gotta claim it, but do you think it's a possibility? Well, anything could be a possibility.
I mean, I can say it's a possibility. Sure, I can say that.
Anything's a possibility, though. But it is weird that a lot of, Cat Williams said it in his recent interview with.
He did say that Kevin Hart was a plant.
He did say he was a plant, but he also said that they make a lot of black male actors wear a dress in the Hollywood scene.
I mean, the white dudes aren't much better off in terms of that.
They do it too, right?
The white dudes are made to do gay. I mean, they're meant to be gay as fuck.
So I didn't somebody on Twitter was like, "Yo, can you name me any 20 actors that are white in the like A-listers that had to wear dresses as well?" And then people were brought.
He's asking for a list of 20 names.
I'm just saying a number, just like a bunch of white actors that did the same thing as well, like the black actors that had to wear dresses and shit. And then there was a dude that just was naming them, like showing them in like fucking dresses, dressed looking gay and shit, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think it is weird that they do have that. There might be an agenda. We could say that.
Yeah, I mean, it also might be like, there's always been that stereotype that gay people are attracted to the drama club or something like that.
Right.
And so you would expect to see them in Hollywood. Yeah. Right, if they're more attracted to that sort of scenery.
Dave Chappelle has talked about this too, where they made one where they're trying to make him wear a dress, and he was like, "Yo, fuck that shit."
I mean, there is an agenda that's being pushed, and I don't want to put this at the feet of gay people and be like, "Oh, it's a gay agenda that gay people are like putting." No, I don't think it's that at all. I think it's basically just society wants the people, the elite in general, probably wants society to be pushed in a certain direction, and they think that it's better. Especially for goals of population control and shit like that.
Yeah, that's if you really want to go rabbit hole. Like at the end of it all, long term, it's probably depopulation.
I mean, yeah, it does. I mean, first of all, they admit it. as they admit as such in their own documents. I mean, the report that the Club of Rome published in the 70s, they ended up talking about what's called the limits to growth, right? And they discussed all of these horrific predictions about what will happen if
eventually that the we're gonna be overpopulated,
right?
Blah, blah,
which
blah.
of course all those predictions ended up being bullshit, but that didn't stop them from pushing the idea that we still got to reduce the population drastically, right? And of course, who has less children than gay people, right?
No, yeah, I thought about that like once. I was like, yo, man, this might just be depopulation when you think about it. Like why else would they want more people to be gay?
I mean, it makes sense. Because there's always been gay people, but there's always been an element, a cultural element of homosexuality, just like there is to anything.
For sure.
Everything that humans do has a combination of nature and nurture. I mean, to deny it, some people act like just, like gay people and shit like that. Like that's, oh, you're just born that way and there's absolutely nothing that could have ever, I mean, that's just cap. There's cultural elements to human behavior. And yeah, there's no pretending like that.
People will claim that people are born. And I'm just like...
I'm saying that there's certain, at least in some people, there's a certain level of flexibility in how much they can be shaped by their environment in certain ways.
You're saying that there's a percentage that you believe that it's strictly more born gay?
Yeah, I think it's more for some of them genetically it's closer to.
That's a genetic thing?
Well, all of human behavior is partly genetic and partly environmental. Right? And anyone that suggests that homosexuality is any different is just full of shit. I mean, the fact of the matter is, think about, like, for example, depression, right? Like, that's a clinical diagnosis. You could be diagnosed with major depressive disorder.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about genes that are associated with depression is some of them might make it so that you're extremely susceptible to getting clinical depression.
Yeah.
Another, combination of genetic endowments might make it so that it's basically impossible for you to get it no matter what pressures are placed on you in your environment. And another one will make it so that you're susceptible highly to whatever's around the environment as to whether or not you get depression or not. So when things are great, you're going to be very good. And
high highs, low lows?
Not necessarily high highs and low lows, but like if things get really bad, then you'll get it due to the environment. And if things are really good, you won't get it also due to the environment. So you're more susceptible. Your genes are more susceptible to environmental stimulus. But I don't want to make it's not like bipolar shit where the better things are, the happier you are, the worse things are, the sadder you are. Just that you might be more susceptible to depression. I say that as an example together with the example of something like homosexuality or heterosexuality for that matter, even though most people are always going to be heterosexual, right? Because first of all, the species would be in serious trouble if that were not the case. That's evolutionarily helpful. I mean,
it's just in us, that for sure, like producing.
Right, exactly. So I mean, if you want to pass on...
So do people who have the genes of like they were more born gay, do they just think of it as they're not, or to phrase it better, do they not have that same producing gene in them as well then?
No, I think it's a combination of shit. Like, for example, there has to be some, if you're looking
That's so confusing, by the way.
If you're looking at it in terms of evolutionary theory, like you would suspect that there's some evolutionary advantage to some portion of the population being gay. Right?
How so?
Well, that's a good question, right?
How wait, you said that there would be an evolutionary advantage?
Right, to some portion of the population being gay.
For some people being gay.
Right.
Why?
That's a good question.
I don't get it though.
There's a lot of theories, there's a lot of hypotheses about why that might be the case.
I mean,
let me actually look some of them up.
I mean, wouldn't the would the amount of men versus women ratio matter?
Of course, that's why we're talking about a certain amount of the population.
Right. Because I would say that's a big factor too. Then,
right?
Are there more men, or there's more men in the U.S. than women? I wonder. I'm sure there's probably more men.
Let me see here.
But it's a thing I've always
Here's some of it from.
Spit it.
So here you can see, right. So from evolutionary psychologists, it sort of seems at first like it's a paradox, because it's like, all right, we think that in evolution, the genes that are more likely to lead to people successfully reproducing and passing on their genes again and again and again, that's what's going to work. Sure. And so it would seem paradoxical to claim, okay, homosexuality is one of those great things that if you pass it along, the dude that's not even attracted to the sex that would give him a kid is going to be evolutionarily more successful. I mean, that would just make no sense, right? That's what it seems like. However, it's a little bit more different than that. So there's something called the alliance formation hypothesis, right? And it's this idea that homosexuality evolved by natural selection like everything else.
Right, it just happened.
Right. Because it created or strengthened alliances between males, and it allowed low-status males to position themselves in the group hierarchy and increase their reproductive success. Now that
wait. So the low males were like, "Yo, fuck these gay dudes! Like, we're the shit," type shit. Like, to put it in simpler forms, it gave them more. Like, it boosted their success rate and with women. Because the guys were gay?
So think about it like this, right? If you're one of the low status dudes,
right,
and some of the baddest motherfuckers are some gay dudes, think about Alexander the Great.
Sure.
He was gay as fuck.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
It's not that he didn't fuck women, it's that he was sus as fuck. I mean, he would fuck dudes.
So he was bisexual.
I can't even. I know he fucked dudes. That's just.
You think a guy who fucks chicks and dudes?
I'm just saying, think about it. That guy, he was the highest in the hierarchy.
He was big dick.
All right, now if that guy is not looking to crush some puss, some bum dude has a way higher chance of getting pussy.
Oh, okay, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was pretty much asking. Yeah. Just to clarify. Okay.
And of course,
that's obvious though.
Say he has a brother or some shit like that, right? His brother's a little bit bummier. He might be able to help, reproduce or some shit like that. It's complicated.
It's like in modern times, bro, where like if you have like the gay homie, like he's bringing the chicks through. Like he's always with the girls. He might like help you out. Like if you have like a gay friend or some shit. Yeah.
I mean, that is the common stereotype that you see, right? You see, like, the gay dude is, like, one of the chicks.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, he's gonna... If you have, like, a gay friend... I don't know if I've ever had a...
He understands the designer shit going on, and he's connected.
Bro, yes, listen, trust me, gay guys are bringing the chicks through, bro.
They'll bring the chicks through.
But no, that is an interesting...
But there's a lot of evolutionary theories and hypotheses about how... why it made sense up until even this point for there to be so many successfully reproduced genes that could lead to homosexuality. On the one hand, one of them is the fact that just like gay dudes end up having kids sometimes.
I mean, yeah, there could be always that.
So that happens.
Like they might just be like, fuck it.
I was hearing a story the other day about this chick who, when she was in college, she ended up fucking a gay dude. She didn't know he was gay until like years after, and then it all hit her because he was like going soft and shit while he was smashing. Oh, and she thought it was just that they were both drunk, but alas.
Sheesh, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta take another piss. I can't believe it.
Jesus Christ. You did drink like a fucking animal, bro.
Energy drinks and 2 Gatorades, bro. This shit
energy drinks are piss town, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll carry the pod for now. No worries. Damn, guys. You're not listening to Just V. We might actually just revisit our old tracks. I actually found all my old mixtapes and old songs that I used to make with Ape. And during the end of the pod, I think we're just going to revisit them and give our thoughts on it. Try to see if it's cringe, try to see if it aged well, vice versa. This fucking guy Ape is taking his 5th piss, bro. Fuck. Might as well light up.
Sorry about that.
And Ape is back after his 5th piss, guys.
The situation is that I went over there to
Jesus Christ,
take a piss, and the piss turned into a piss with a dookie, and so you know I had to drop some serious business over there.
Let's get into the real deal spiel.
What the fuck does that even mean? We're in America, motherfucker. Speak English.
Bruh, states have been taking Trump out the ballot.
I know. Did you hear about that shit in Colorado?
Yes, I am not happy.
What the fuck is going on?
Interference.
I mean, this is going to turn into
Civil war right here type shit.
Yeah, this is the sort of shit where it's like state rights versus, other
Technically, they can do it, right?
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Since the whole state rights shit.
I mean, I don't know. It depends. I mean, what state rights? Because if your state is going to go ahead and cause a decision that ends up affecting who's in charge of every state.
Right. That is kind of election interference in a sense.
It is, because it's a federal election. If you were to make some decision in the state about state
only
politicians,
right.
Then that would be a different issue. But if you're going to make one about a federal situation, if you're gonna make federal decisions that affect the entire nation,
then it's an issue. They took them off. There was one they took them off and they put them back, and now there's another one trying to take them off. Is it Maine or I don't know exactly.
I don't know, but this is gonna end up going to the Supreme Court, and I think Trump picked like 5 of those motherfuckers.
Bro, he's good, bro.
So
they're trying everything they can to.
They really are going balls deep into him
to just taking this man out, bro.
Take him out. Yeah.
Hopefully that's not what they try to do.
Buy him some flowers and shit. I mean,
but it's like, god damn, bro. Like, yeah, I don't fuck with that. Like, even if it was like Biden, they were trying to take off the election, I wouldn't fuck with that either. It's like, I mean, off the ballot. So
no, I don't like it.
That's dictatorship.
You get to choose, not fucking some state sponsored.
And it's some snotty fucking nose like liberal chick that did it. I'm like, what's wrong with this?
It's ridiculous.
Bitch, bro? She's dumb as fuck.
Ridiculous, but. Again, this is an election year. It's 2024. The country is as unstable as you could imagine in the
worst we've
ever in the modern era. It's not like Civil War era, but it's a different kind of conflict, man. It's a psychological conflict.
Very modern, brand new technology era, but just like socially, we're all just fucked.
This is another issue that I see, and it's everywhere. It's that, I mean, the technology is expanding at such a high rate, but the people are still the fucking same people.
Yeah.
And
we're still stuck in like 2000s.
Right.
Shit.
They're not catching up to the maturity of technology.
Yeah.
Their maturity doesn't match the maturity of technology. And that's a huge fucking problem because the technology is new. And people we're not designed biologically to adapt to such quickly changing environmental conditions in a way that makes sense for a society to sustain itself. Because the fact of the matter is, like, we're used to environments that don't change very much.
Bro, deep fakes are scary.
It's terrifying.
Like, you could invent the most craziest shit on somebody.
You could make a gay sex tape of Donald Trump and Biden.
Yeah, like...
Right. And eventually you'll be able to convince people with that type of shit, but then people won't be convinced by anything because anything could be a deep fake.
Convinced. Yeah, it's like at that point it's like,
I mean, you could see in the near future that if something, like on the level of January 6th were to happen.
Speaking of January 6th, did you see that news reporter that was on the news and like crying about January 6th when he was talking to one of the guys from January 6th?
No, but that sounds cringe as fuck.
Yeah, I swear to God, I was dying. Bro, he literally had tears and he was like, for what you did that day. I'm like, yo, bro, like...
This man needs help.
Yeah, dude, it was some black guy that was on the news.
That man is down bad.
Yeah, bro. But, yeah, like, seriously, though, technology is gonna fuck us, bro.
I mean, we're doing it to ourselves.
But at some degree, it's like it's inevitable, so we kind of have to mess with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think one of the interesting things, because there's some takes on it.
We don't have any other options.
There's some takes on this that there, I mean, and it's true that there's technology that is sort of
What's the opposite of a technocrat?
Of a technocrat?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing to consider. I mean, think about it. A technocrat is somebody who wants society to be run by the experts, right?
Wait, that would be... Oh, no, you're saying that's what a technocrat is.
That's
right.
what a technocracy would
right.
be, is a society that's run based on the greatest series of experts that have as much knowledge as you can imagine on science and engineering. And
a libertarian would be the opposite?
I mean, I guess
he's kind of close.
First of all, it is a dictatorship of the so-called wise.
Right.
It reminds me in a bit of Plato's Republic, because Plato, when he's in the Republic, he's talking about the philosopher king.
Yeah.
Because what he's trying to do is envision this sort of perfect society, what it would look like, and if you had this so-called benevolent philosopher king, then of course he would be so wise and
he would know all.
Exactly. And then you would have like classes of people. I think he had like 3 classes or some shit.
Right.
One of them is like the sort of top most knowledgeable people. Something in there is sort of like similar. You could make an analogy to something like the middle class, not in terms of like the wealth that they have, but just where they are in the hierarchy and how much they're able to offer. And then there's the people at the bottom, and you sort of want to help the people at the bottom, but they need to be at the bottom in order to be helped maximally, because they can't offer more. And so if you put them in the positions in charge, I mean, can you imagine?
Motherfucker was ahead of his time, dog.
Right, he was. Think of a technocracy as like having just a group of philosopher kings.
Sure.
And each one is very knowledgeable in a particular domain. So some of the technocrats might be like a series of politicians in the technocracy that are basically medical doctors,
right,
and they're the ones in charge of that. Some of them are in charge of economics and shit like that, and a lot of it is based on the idea of just like one of the things that came out in this university. I actually have this textbook. I have a PDF of it. It was a textbook because this university had a course on technocracy.
Okay.
Right. And in the course on technocracy, they would describe it, and everything is run based on like the principles of science and
factual shit.
Right. And so you would measure shit like how much energy people take up in doing the shit they have.
World Economic Forum shit.
And you would measure like how much it takes to maintain them alive, like through their caloric input and output and shit like that. How can we
decrease it?
Yeah, and you would measure the carbon that the people... that type of shit.
Let's stop using whips. Let's stop using cars. But that sort of a
society requires a complete control and complete knowledge of even the most, in-depth, secret, private parts of every individual's life. I mean, that is completely understanding people better than they understand themselves, and using that to decide what the society is going to do next.
And what do you have any good feelings about
a technocracy?
Yeah.
No.
You think it's all evil?
No, I don't think it's something that you can that can be beneficial to.
I mean, it's dictator vibes. So off that,
it's dictator vibes.
I'm off that already.
And it justifies its dictatorship.
Yeah, no matter what they say and do, it would always be right. So it's like there is no accountability. So it's like, no, fuck that. We can't. Yeah, we can't even let them get on that. But no, I mean, Bill Gates is we know that man's he's top one.
I'm just saying, the idea of technocracy is pretty old.
Any regret from taking the vaccine? This is actually one of my questions.
I mean, as of yet, I haven't gotten anything, but it might develop. Who knows?
I hope it doesn't, but
I hope so too. I've been hearing some horrible shit about it.
No, I said I hope it doesn't, but
yeah.
What else do I got? Oh, dude, I was gonna tell you, California is implementing a new bill that's gonna pay
reparations.
No, not reparations. Take it easy. Healthcare for all illegal immigrants.
Well, I mean, listen, the money has to come from somewhere, right?
And then I think 50 had made a post about it. Mm-hmm. And he I forgot. He was like, "Yo, someone passed me the calculator." Like 50's always doing jokes on Instagram, and he was like, he says that it might run up to like 3.9 billion, bro, to just even do some shit like that. And it's like, bro, if they actually do that, bro, like
it's ridiculous.
R.I.P. California, bro. Yeah, everybody and their mother is leaving that shit.
Here's a problem with declaring things like healthcare, right? The problem is, and housing and shit like that. Anything that requires the work of someone else.
That's it. That's already
a problem.
It's bad.
Right? It's one thing to declare that you can do whatever work you want. It's another thing to declare that the work of somebody else has to
going to somebody, something that has nothing to do with them.
Right. It has to guarantee your well-being.
Right.
With the work of someone else. Sure. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's...
Right, because... And especially the fact of the matter that... The fact that the government is going to get so involved on it.
Dictatorship.
Right? That's the problem here, is that it's not something that it's regular supply and demand or charities or anything like that. And of course, I don't think charities would solve the problem of of people. Here's another issue.
This is just him wanting to do this shit. There is no like logical.
There's no economic rationale that makes sense to be able to apply this, right? But here's another interesting thing that I thought of because Elon Musk actually mentioned it. He was talking about housing recently, and he was mentioning the fact that, look, when a shitload of people move into any city, all of a sudden, the price of housing is definitely going to go up because you can only make so many houses in a given year. And the problem is that there's going to be a certain portion of the people that are going to be homeless.
No matter what, it's just gonna happen.
Right, people either move out or they become homeless, and this is just gonna happen because of the fact that you can only make so many houses,
and you have so many fucking people.
Right, and especially in urban center. I mean, especially in like deep inside of the city, you're gonna have some serious issues because there's not much real estate left that people can buy and use to make houses.
Yeah, bro, people are not fucking rich. There's not a bunch of millionaires just building real estate and shit.
And you're sort of gonna kick them out by.
And no one's gonna want to build in fucking California when that shit happens, bro. Everybody's gone, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So that's a huge part of the issue is like the price of housing. I mean, you're already fucking over the people that live there because you're gonna make the price of housing way more expensive, and you see that all the time. I mean, it happened here in Miami. One of the things that
we're like number 2, number 3.
This is something I didn't like about the DeSantis's approach. He wanted to stimulate the economy by allowing a shitload of people to just come over here. And it's like, oh, that's fine. It is going to stimulate the economy. There are going to be more jobs. But in the short run, at least, you're going to see a shitload of people that are just not going to be able to afford the houses that they live in.
Yep.
So the people that are already residents here, you're fucking them over.
Easily, because now we're gonna have to pay more. And trust me, bro. For people that live in Florida and listen to this podcast, they know, bro. Like, prices here
especially Miami.
Yeah, no, for sure. Miami is what we're talking about specifically. Ridiculous, bro.
It's like, insane.
All the new shit that is built in Hialeah, like, is at least $2K up for like a studio.
Right.
Or like 1.8. Like, it's just like...
I mean, what is the average cost of a one-room apartment?
In the country?
No. Here in Florida. I mean, and think about a place like Hialeah, right?
Sure.
How much you think you'd have to pay?
The thing is, though, like, it depends, though. We're talking about just some regular like a condo spot that's like Cambridge. Are we talking about some condominium? Like
just a one-room apartment in Hialeah.
The thing is, though, I'm telling you, though, because they've been building a bunch of new nice ass buildings.
It's not gonna be like some fancy shit. This is like run of the mill.
Oh, okay, you're talking about that. Then, I think honestly, you can get you a good spot by like $1,500, $1,400 around there.
A month?
Yeah, a month.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Like around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably around there. Yeah, like like maybe that would be like a two bed, 1 bathroom.
Right.
Well, $1,500, $1,400, but like a real rinky dinky. You feel me? Nothing crazy. The new ones now, $2K up easily. Like it's ridiculous, bro.
Think about that.
And the prices the room size is super small. They're trying to be like New York, bro. Yo, New York is fucking ridiculous.
I can only imagine, man.
Bro, I've seen videos where people live in like literally like 100 square feet.
Yeah.
And they're paying like like $2K, bro, or like $3K for 100 just because. But then you got to realize, though, New York is so populated. It has everything there for you.
I don't even think the problem is so much. I mean, the population can be high, and that's always gonna like make it so that a city's gonna be more expensive to rent out.
Yeah.
Than some place that has 1,000 people living there or some shit.
Yeah, but New York's New York, though.
But the point I'm trying to make is that when you suddenly spike the population, that is a shock to the real estate market, and you're not going to have new houses just like this overnight.
You got to remember, though, the pandemic led a lot of people here, too.
That's what I'm saying. But, I mean, DeSantis
he was gassing it. He was like, yo, slide, bro. You guys got to pull up here. Yeah. Like, it's like, I know what you mean. Yeah,
we're going to be rich here. You're going to love it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, he probably didn't think of it long term. I was like, oh, shit. These people, my citizens that live here are going to be
They're going to be fucked. And they're not going to like that when they vote next time. Because they're paying a lot more in rent.
He's down bad in the presidency shit. I don't even think he should have like tried to run.
He shouldn't have ran.
He just fucked up, bro. He's fucked now because now he has like an image on him of how he like tried to run against like Trump and everybody. It's like,
and let's be real, everybody thinks of Florida as a swing state, but it's really
swing state.
In the presidency, it's been a swing state historically.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know.
It's gone for Obama. During presidencies and I mean it's just been like that, but
Obama's different.
But in general,
he was an anomaly. Literally, he was the first black president.
But still, in general terms, the people here are more. I mean, this state is a lot more red than blue.
100%. It's more Republican.
It's only in places like Broward and like down here
where there might be more liberals.
Maybe Orlando and shit like that. Where, you know, the city centers where you end up seeing more
spots.
of that.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
the reason you see that is because you end up mixing. Think about what cities do. I mean, they get people. Cities are where the largest universities tend to be.
Sure.
And in universities, you end up having, for example,
melting pot.
For example, Florida International University, they have a program where some students can go abroad to study in another country, and then you have basically a foreign exchange student.
Swag. I've always wanted to do that, actually.
And basically, you end up getting people from a whole bunch of cultures, and the melting pot sort of creates a thing where there is no real singular culture.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that makes it likely for people to swing in the direction of Democrats.
I mean, they lean toward all type of people more.
Right.
They lean toward where conservatives are more like American based. Like it's very strictly, just American. Like so, like I feel like we were talking about Ron DeSantis, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He fucked, and I mean Vivek is the hot spot. Like. That's all people are talking about.
But what he is sort of like a Donald Trump dick rider.
Yeah, he do be glazing Trump, bro. Like
he gets.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
He does get the glizzy.
I mean, I think he really just wants to become vice president, though.
I don't know how that's going to work out.
Who else is Trump would pick?
I don't know, but it's not going to be him. He might end up choosing his lawyer.
Trump would do some shit like that.
He would go with Rudy Giuliani. To the White House.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, he would. He would go with Roger Stone to the White House.
Who's Roger Stone?
His little buddy. I mean, there's a hilarious documentary about him on Netflix. He was the person that ran Trump's campaign for the election.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's a great campaign guy, and
I had no idea.
He has a history. I mean, he's a wild dude. He has a fucking huge tattoo of Richard Nixon on his back because when he was young, he was actually involved with Nixon, and the whole Watergate scandal blew up, and his parents started getting concerned that he was going to go to prison and shit.
Oh, like he helped Nixon?
Yeah, I don't know to what degree he was involved in the Watergate scandal, but he was definitely involved in Nixon's campaign and shit like that. And
so that was like his brother, bro.
Right, so
that was the homie.
Think about it, he has a fucking tattoo of him on his back,
that's
bro.
Family for life.
Damn. That is some gangster shit. I just don't know what to think about that. I would never get a tattoo of
a man.
First of all, I don't have any tattoos. I wouldn't get a tattoo of anyone.
Why not, Ape? Well, you want to get a tattoo?
Because what the fuck do I need it for? Why do I have to have
Bro, you don't gotta be stoic with everything in life, bro.
There's nothing stoic about not getting a tattoo.
I know, bro. I'm playing, but
you
don't gotta be so straight edge.
You know,
all the time.
you've been recently. No, I want to get
motherfuckers don't always gotta. There don't have to be a reason to get.
Let's get a little bit.
Does everything need a reason?
Does everything need a reason? No, I mean, people.
Can you just not do things to do things?
No, you do things for reasons, even when you don't think you do. I mean,
maybe subconsciously, sure, but
no, I mean, you're doing it consciously, so there's definitely a reason for it.
But I'm saying you did it maybe because subconsciously maybe you wanted one.
What you're thinking is that maybe what you're thinking about is something that's more along the lines of I'm doing this, but I'm not really thinking it through very much because I don't think I need to because it's a petty thing. It's not really that serious. What I'm about to do. It's like if I'm going to go to the beach, I don't have to fucking write a paper about why I'm going to go, right? I can just go to the fucking beach.
Yes.
And not overanalyze the reasons why I'm going to the beach because it's just going to the beach. It's not fucking, landing on the beaches of Normandy during World War II. You don't have to think about it that much.
Not even, though. I see what your point is, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't... You said it because, like, why do I need to get a tat? It's like... Why wouldn't you get a tat?
I mean, but I could do that with everything and just be overwhelmed by a million things that I suddenly have to do now because...
Maybe you're just maybe you just don't like tats.
I don't.
Oh, then that's a better answer.
I'm not against people getting tattoos, and, and I don't criticize people when they get a tattoo. I look at it, I'm interested,
it's
like
cool,
like any other artwork.
But you're just not into it.
But I don't want to get a tattoo of anything.
Oh, then you should have just said that.
I did.
No, you said that there's no reason.
Well, there isn't. If I thought there was a reason for me to get one, I would get one. Clearly.
What about Damn, no. So no. I mean, trust me.
That's why people get them. They have a reason.
I don't have tattoos either. Just guys for listening. This is an audio podcast, but I've thought about it before. But I don't know too.
What would you get?
I don't know, dog. That's probably one of the hard things about it. Like, what am
I have this thing that I've talked about with some people where I told them that I might get if I were to get any tattoo, and this would be great for my dating life, right? Hear me out. I'd get a tattoo of like some fucking huge nipples on my ass, right? Dude. Just get a huge tattoo of that. And then I go on a series of dates with this chick, and I would just convince her that I want to wait, you know, I don't want to, you know, put you in a position where this is serious.
You would get titties tattooed on your ass cheeks,
wait.
bro.
I want to wait until we fuck. I don't want to, like, you know, put a lot of pressure on it. Let's just go on like 28 dates, and then after that, once we get to the 33rd degree of dating, I'll finally fuck her. And when she sees my ass and she sees that I have this tattoo of huge nipples, big ass areolas, and fine detail ingrained permanently on my ass cheeks.
That's like a horror movie for her, bro.
If she decides to stay after that, I instantly propose. And if she accepts, she is the one. Because there is no chick more loyal to you than a chick that's willing to put up with that type of shit. That is degradation.
That is one of the most base situations you got to go through just to have some reassurance about your chick.
that is the one.
God damn, bro.
But anyways, that's what I have to say about tattoos.
Interesting, dog.
Just to put that out there.
Respect. What was I gonna ask?
But if you're gonna get a tattoo, get some shit,
bro. Did you hear this dumb shit about that? Bro, it's all over Twitter. If anybody lives in Miami, they've probably seen it. This fucking incident where there was a bunch of cops like around Bayside, and people are saying, or like it was by a mall in Miami, and they were saying that they seen some people claim that they see like some 8 to 10 foot dark shadow aliens. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know what the fuck that's about.
You saw it though, right?
But I know that Miami's becoming a much more, you know, like populated, hotter city, you know, it's expanding.
It's stupid as fuck, bro.
It's expanding. I mean, I don't know what the plan is for Miami, but I know the plan is to make it a lot bigger than it currently is.
It's going to become the new New York.
And yeah, that's the thing
it is because first of all, New York is dead.
Yeah.
Like, New York will never be dead, but I think politics is going to shove it to the ground.
I think they're trying to make this into a much more liberal area.
Extremely liberal.
Yeah, and I mean, you see the trailer for the new GTA 6. It's being promoted as some sort of you know, it's you know how they used to make Grand Theft Auto games that were about, you know, places that were clearly, I mean, they didn't say it in name, but it was basically New York.
Yeah, of course.
And in other ones, it was basically California. Right. And they're doing it now with Miami, of course, right? There were other ones where you could have said it was Miami, but not
Vice City.
Not on this level.
Yeah, now it's like they're really...
This is really Miami.
In 4K. Like, it's like, yeah. No, but...
And this is the one they're emphasizing. It's not like a side GTA. It's not a side project of the video. This is
GTA 6.
GTA 6, and it's based on Miami, right?
Yeah, Miami is the new hotspot, bro. We're living in a place that, like, everybody wants to be at.
I don't know what the plan is for this place.
I was going to ask you, Abe, like, just on a personal show, you plan on living in Miami forever?
I don't know.
That's something that I
don't have any plans to move out of Miami.
Okay. I don't know if I do either. Like, because now that it's becoming the hot spot too, it's like there's probably some it's a good reason to stay probably.
There's going to be a lot of new shit going on here.
New shit, and we'll probably be the first ones
and there's a lot of tech a lot of tech startups are coming here on some Silicon Valley shit.
Right. I've heard about that too.
A lot of, you know, there's more billionaires here now.
100%.
Millionaires here that moved after the pandemic. Going back to the Ron DeSantis shit, you know, you raise the actual cost of living.
Bezos lives here, right?
And I don't know, but I'll tell you, it's a weird
If I was
city.
rich, I'm living in Miami.
It's a weird place.
Because I am not living in Cali with those high-ass taxes.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to New York. That's just not going to fucking happen.
And I wouldn't even... I love New York, bro. I'm from there. I was born there. I lived there for
But it's become a mess, dude. It's been fucked over. They really did fuck New York over. They really did stretch the limits of...
Wasn't New York always liberal, though, in that sense? Just not as this strong.
No, but I mean, like, the politicians have ruined it for the people there, is what I'm saying.
But who ruined it, though? Is it just Eric Adams now? I think he's controlled, bro. Like, this guy is like...
I really am thinking that Ron DeSantis is controlled. I mean...
Really?
The decisions he's made to sort of push all of these people over here to places like Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, all that shit.
Sure.
I mean, this is going to have a serious political impact on it.
I see what you mean now. Yeah. That it's gonna affect him. He's probably not gonna be governor for long.
This state, if it keeps up the trend of implanting new people.
Actually, I'll debate you on that, because I think the reason why people are actually even coming here is because of policies that I think people are waking up and they're like, yo, fuck New York.
No. Those people are coming over, but they're still voting blue.
Why would they vote blue?
And you've seen that. You've already seen that in other states.
Abe, there's a bunch of people.
My man, you saw that in Texas. You see that with all these people that move over and they're still
Texas
Democrats.
Texas is fucking immigrants, and of course they're gonna vote Democrat.
I'm not talking about the immigrants. I'm talking about the people that moved from California to fucking Texas.
Why would they still vote blue though?
Because they do. They still have that belief.
But they hate Gavin Newsom.
I'm not making a logical point. I'm making an empirical one. They're still voting blue.
But wouldn't you say that most of the people, though, that are coming from New York are because they're tired of the shit?
They're tired of the politics in New York, the policies that made them escape from there. They come over
left-leaning.
But they're still left-leaning.
Do
you understand what I mean?
No, I get it, but I don't agree.
What don't you agree with?
I don't agree that... You say most of them are?
Yeah, I'm telling you that the general trend for these people that are moving over from the failed Democrat states are moving over to more
Republican,
right-leaning states, and they're bringing over the blue vote. Okay?
Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is a fact.
Now, I hope they change. I hope they get rid of their blue vote. Because I think the blue vote is fucked. And I also think the red vote is mostly fucked.
Well, wait, who else are they going to vote for, my guy?
That's what I wish I had an answer.
What the fuck? Independent, bro? Like...
No, there's not much to say. There's not, I mean, there's...
You think Trump will go back? Is it going to be Republican again?
Yeah. No, Trump is definitely going to go as a Republican. There's no doubt about that.
He wouldn't go independent, right?
I don't think he would.
It would be bad, right?
It'd be a horrible political decision for him to do that if he wants to win the presidency.
Yeah. He's not that big.
That makes no sense for him to do that.
He's already got the Republicans right on his neck, so it's like...
And it would just be such a terrible decision strategically. Like,
I mean, didn't RFK do that?
Yeah, but RFK's fucked from the get-go. I mean, this guy...
Oh, man.
This guy is more worried about vaccines than any other issue, and most people don't give a fuck about vaccines.
He went on Mav Hoffa's podcast, the battle rapper, and he was talking to them about, I think, vaccines and shit, and like trying to do stuff for like the community and stuff. For I don't know. I never gravitated toward RFK.
I'm not a huge fan of RFK Jr.
Like, I'll be honest, he seems like a cool, genuine guy, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm not interested in his policies.
I think he flip flops.
No, he definitely wants to appear to be a centrist on shit, and I don't like it because
you don't like centrists.
No, I just
don't. You wouldn't consider yourself to be one?
No.
No?
I would have considered myself that a long time ago. I don't consider myself to be a centrist now.
So you're more...
Yeah, I do lean more towards the right.
Okay. I mean, obviously.
There's no doubt about that. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't. There's no reason to.
But you're not heavy though. It's not. You would say it's like.
No, I'm not someone who wants to say, for example, like, oh, let's get rid of things like disability checks for people that can't work. I mean, that is just fucked.
That's some dumb shit.
I mean, you're not gonna get
that's like heavy, right?
These people have no ability to defend. I mean, and some of the libertarian positions, for example, when it comes to people that are born,
Milton Friedman would say some shit like this, right?
Say you're born in a fucked up situation, right, where you just don't have the capacity to work.
Sure.
You can't fulfill any meaningful employment
that
would allow you to sustain yourself. Okay, those people would be helped by having disability, right? By having by actually having the government provide for them because they can't provide for themselves.
Yeah.
The libertarian position that, and of course I mean right-leaning libertarian in the economic sense, you know, those guys would not be telling you some shit like, oh yeah, we'll keep disability. They say no, we need to get rid of it and allow charities or some shit to take care of it. That is not going to work. That's
some shit Milton Friedman would say, right?
That is some shit Milton Friedman would say.
I know, because I've heard him say something. I've heard him say about like taking away healthcare, like in general.
Yeah. I'm not completely against the state having anything to do with welfare. I'm not an extremist about it.
Sure.
Okay, the state.
You do agree that some people just do need it, bro. It's like, come on, yeah. It's like there is nothing else we can do.
I don't disagree with that. What I disagree with is implanting into the state an entire system of. I mean,
I think it's a little too harsh. It's like, come on,
there's a certain sense in which the government has inspired people to become reliant on the government.
Not even though. Right. It's like that's why the government's there. We need them for that extra support.
But this is the issue with shit like welfare, though.
You think welfare is an issue?
Where I think that welfare inspired
people to continue to be on welfare,
families to be separated.
I mean, that's some hood shit. We know that already.
The idea that you're going to depend on this, right? And you get used to it. It's comfortable. Okay, and anyone who wants to deny that is full of shit, because that has happened. That just has happened. I mean, people become reliant on this shit, and it becomes a problem. I mean, what you need to do is create a system where people can get the fuck out of that shit. Right, become self-reliant. You don't want the government fucking being the daddy of people. This is not a good idea. This does not end well.
Right.
Economically, it doesn't end well for the individuals that are reliant on it.
Yeah, because Milton Friedman is like hardcore libertarian, right? Like
he is.
Yeah. He has some good points, though, but it's like...
No, he has a lot of good points. He does. And for the most part, I agree with him.
Yeah, but...
I just don't agree with him to the extreme. I don't agree.
The healthcare shit is like...
I think the welfare state stops somewhere. But the debate is where. Now, he would go all the way and say, fuck the welfare state.
Right.
It's not necessary. We wouldn't need it if we actually had a system where we promote the values of actual free markets.
Right.
We fuck ourselves over by putting ourselves in a position where we don't allow these markets to exist that way. And he's right about that. Right. Now the issue is that the welfare state is... I mean, there's so much corruption that the way the welfare state works is not even feasible. It doesn't even make sense. You have a million different departments.
Yeah.
And you have Department of Housing, and you have a Department of this and Department of that.
I used to live in housing.
Whereas you could just have a program that individually caters to certain groups of people. So, for example, the people that are disabled permanently, right? You could have a system for that. And you wouldn't need to have 28 different systems that interact with each other, where you have a Department of Housing and a Department of, all of this shit.
So you're not a full-blown libertarian yourself. You're like...
No, I'm not a full-blown libertarian.
Gotcha. You would say you're like maybe mix?
I would say there's some resources that could be handed out, but the problem is that there's so much corruption that there's no responsible way to hand it out, because they've turned this bureaucratic system... Here's a huge problem that Milton Friedman recognized. He recognized that when you actually have these resources that the government uses tax dollars to give them to somebody else, supposedly for their own benefit, that what ends up happening is that the bureaucracy expands, and everybody wants to take a chunk out of the pie. Everybody wants their slice, and everybody wants their slice to be the biggest one, and they would take the whole pie if they could. And this is just the sad reality of politics.
Right.
If you want to have a welfare state, you need to have something that really counteracts that sort of shit, that really goes against those incentives. Because what economics...
We need some accountability for these guys.
Right, because what economics really is, it's the study of incentives, right? On a large scale and on an individual scale.
Well, you said economics is the study of incentives?
Incentives. If I had to really boil it down and describe it in a certain sense, okay. I know it's a difficult thing to define,
I understand that. Okay.
But it really is the study of human incentives.
Okay.
And not just human, I mean, it works on animals too.
I mean, we're all greedy.
Greed is a human universal, right?
Right.
And so what I would say is that you need to be able to adjust those incentives in a way where it doesn't promote that corruption. Now, that's way easier said than done.
For real.
And someone like Milton Friedman would say, "Well, like, how the fuck are you going to do that? You're not going to, so just get rid of the entire thing and stop pretending like you can handle it." And I'm afraid I don't really have a good answer, but I'm very cautious of the idea of just leaving people that are disabled, for example, on the streets. Right.
I would love to see what he would, if there was a video,
I would
an
love,
argument to that.
I think there are.
Or like a detailed one.
I would love it if the charities could actually pick up the slack of people that can't do anything for themselves.
Was that his actual answer?
He would say that they'd be a lot more efficient and that they would actually do a much better job than the government. And I actually,
but aren't those same people greedy as well?
Everybody's greedy, but the problem is that when people do things of their own free will and they want to do something,
that's always the Republican argument for taxes or whatever.
There's a huge amount of truth to it.
Yeah,
there's a huge.
They always say that, like, yo, trust me, if we had more money, we'd be giving it away more. But you guys are taking away our money, this and that. It's like a heavy Republican argument. I've always heard.
Right. I just don't know how well charities would work for it. I do know that in general, allowing markets to do their shit without getting the government involved works infinitely better. I mean, this is common knowledge at this point.
I would agree on that. Like, if you had somebody to trust with the money, if it's yourself versus the government, it's like, bro,
right.
I could handle it, bro.
And if you watch your ass and you want to make the best decisions for your financial well-being, well, then the only way you can really do it is by providing something that someone's willing to pay for.
Right.
Right. And there's a lot of things that people are willing to pay for. Like, and people think about shit like stocks, right?
Yeah.
Be like, oh, what does somebody that's a millionaire off stocks provide? Well, he provides his actual wealth.
Right.
That's what you provide. Because when you buy a stock, you're giving your money in exchange for ownership of a company, and what you buy is a risk.
It might do good, it might do bad.
Right.
But that's the point. Yeah.
But the point is that you're giving someone your money.
Hoping it gets bigger, you know?
Right, and that money is returned to you in the form of a stock.
Whatever you put into it type shit.
Right, what you're buying is a piece of a company that you're owning. And so you're really exchanging money for ownership of something else. But, you know, people are going to watch their asses, and it's better when we have a system that promotes everybody's natural tendencies being expressed in a way that is mutually beneficial for everyone. This is what markets are, and capitalism is the system that allows this to flourish. You know, free markets.
Yeah.
In a sense, they're not perfect, but I think to a large degree we should rely on them.
Fucking, has he ever talked about inflation?
He has.
What's his thoughts on that? Do you know?
Well, his thoughts on that are not very. They're pretty much what you would expect.
I just seen a clip of it. Do you want to play it?
Well, you could, but I'm pretty sure I know it.
Go.
So he gives an example of a country like Japan, right? Now, Japan had.
By the way, just not to cut you off, but are his ideas have they aged horribly by any chance, or are they still?
They have not aged horribly.
Like everything he's saying, it's still pretty.
They have aged very well.
Okay, all right, continue.
But so here's one of the examples that Milton Friedman gives out. He gives out the example of a country like Japan.
Right.
And a country like Japan faced a shitload of inflation in the past.
Can I ask you about Japan?
Yeah.
Is Japan considered communist?
Absolutely not.
What is it then?
They have markets.
They have markets, right?
And they allow their markets to work.
It's like the U.S., right?
Yeah, they have a robust economy. I mean, they allow markets to exist. They're a capitalist nation.
Swag. Yeah, that's why I've always. All right, continue. My bad.
But Japan in the past, they had a horrible inflation.
Okay.
Right. What did the central banks decide to do?
What did they do
to curb that? They decided we're going to go through a very rough period of deflation. Deflation is uglier than inflation. I mean, it is disgusting.
What's
deflation? Basically, I mean, you're going through a phase where you're really pushing. You're all right. When people talk about central banks and monetary policy of central banks, they use two terms, right? They use terms like dovish, right? And dovish basically means that they're very chill about interest rates. They're not pressing down.
Okay, and when deflation hits, it's fucking radical. Like, it's extreme. Right. They have to like ramp it up only because times are tough.
So basically, they don't print much money.
I was gonna say they just stopped with much.
They are not dovish. They are very strict on that type of shit. They don't want inflation hitting, and so they're very strict on monetary policy. Right.
Okay.
So this is exactly what the story of Japan is, and this is how they got their shit together. It was very brutal and very difficult, but they did it because they decided, listen, we're not going to be printing a shitload of money. We're not going to be, allowing everybody to get a loan however they want to get it.
Right.
We want to develop a real economy that's based on the real economic input and output. And we're not going to do it.
How long did it last?
What?
That period.
It's still going on.
Still going on?
Yeah.
But I'm saying though, like you said that they were at a point where it was extremely bad, but when did it like at least start picking up? Like
if I recall correctly,
and when did it even occur? Like what year was
this? If I recall correctly, it was probably in the 70s when they started getting their shit together.
Oh, okay.
But I don't recall 100%. But I do remember that at some point they decided we can't do this anymore. We got to curb this inflation. It's going crazy. And they decided to enact some very strict monetary policies, which is a very wise choice under those circumstances. And under any circumstance...
Would that work in the U.S.?
Yes, it would work in the U.S. It would work anywhere.
It would work anywhere?
It would work anywhere. If you don't allow...
No matter the scale.
If you don't allow inflation to destroy an economy, that would work anywhere. Not destroying purposefully your economy.
So the government right now, Biden has the opportunity to just...
I mean, if you actually had... people that are running central banks in the U.S. that decided to say, look,
let's take a break.
Let's curb this inflation. We're not going to be printing all this money. In fact, we're going to get rid of some of the monetary supply to curb this inflation and to make the dollar worth more. That would be brutal, right? That would cause a crash. The problem is that the crash is going to come at some point or another, and you're just prolonging it by trying to manipulate interest rates and the monetary supply, deciding what it is at one point or another.
Have any of these politicians brought this up?
Yeah, they bring it up all the time and they discuss it. But the fact of the matter is that you can't be allowing, you can't have a central bank with leaders that decide to, print as much money as is necessary in order to maintain the standard of living during the pandemic.
Right.
During COVID, for example, right? That
would have been a great time to do that.
That's when they did it.
Right, that's when they did it.
And the market was booming. We had all these COVID stocks, as they were called, right? People were betting on Pfizer, and Pfizer came through with a vaccine.
Right.
And Pfizer injected a lot of people with vaccines, myself included, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I don't, and in full disclosure, I don't just have 2 vaccines. I'm also boosted. I have a 3rd Pfizer vaccine.
Sheesh. You let them know, Abe.
Yeah. And I actually had Pfizer stock back then, and it actually was profitable.
Of course.
And they had
and they all knew.
By the way, Pfizer had very nice dividends.
I bet they did.
I don't know what it's like now, but back then it was at between 2 and 4%.
You know how many politicians and people got rich as fuck off that shit, bro?
A lot, yeah. But the point I was trying to make about monetary policy is that you don't want people in charge of central banks, like the chairman of the Fed, to be able to just, decide, oh, okay, we just want to print more money now because we think it'll stimulate the economy. It's like, no, relax. All right. Growth is what stimulates the economy. The problem is that the economy, any economy that you look at, runs basically, at least if it's a market economy, runs basically a lot on debt. And debt is a dangerous thing.
Right.
Because the more money you loan people, eventually you got to cash in.
Right.
And you got to pay that debt.
You got to pay it
and
back.
if
we're going through that.
Listen, we have money, right? What money is, the total money supply that we have, it's not just the dollars or the digital dollars that we have in banks. That's a small part of it compared to the amount of debt that's in circulation. Right. Debt is money. Right. Okay? What you have is credit plus the actual money. Okay? And credit has 2 sides. Credit is it's one guy's asset. It's the asset for the guy that is going to get his payment back with interest.
Right. The bank. And
it's debt for the person that's paying it back.
Yeah.
Okay? And of course, there's always risk involved when you give somebody a loan.
You never know if he's going to pay it back.
Exactly. Now, the problem
How many people actually pay it back?
But if you give out credit too loosely, too easily, if it's too easy
then it's a problem.
For people to get, and that happens all the time. People push it. They go too fucking far.
Right.
And they think that the economy's really through the roof. This happened in the fucking 30s, right? Or the 20s, I fucking forget. And you end up in these periods where people think everything is great and the economy's booming and everyone's getting loans and everyone's buying shit. And then eventually you realize, holy fuck, we spent a whole lot of money that we didn't have in the form of loans. And now everyone's asking to get their money back. And they're realizing that people don't have the money to give them back. And so the economy crashes. And then we repeat this cycle of boom and bust. Now, it would be a lot better if we didn't overstimulate the economy, trying to cause it to grow by printing a shitload of money to sort of avoid and manipulate when the markets are going to crash. It's just like have a relaxed monetary policy where you're not printing a shitload of money and where you're not infiltrating the economic system to try to, ingrain some sort of outcome in it like the Fed constantly does by printing or decreasing the money supply and trying to avoid a recession. It's coming. I don't care how smart you are with monetary policy. I don't care if you're Ben Bernanke. I don't care which one of these guys you are. You're not going to be able to avoid it. You're going to be fucked. So just don't fucking do it.
And who's in charge of this? The feds?
Yeah, the people that are the economists that are working at the Federal Reserve, right? The chairman of the Federal Reserve, and they work closely with the people from the Treasury.
How much are they influenced?
It's hard to say. I mean, what they do is just regulate monetary policy. And basically what happens when they raise interest rates, it's not like they actually, what they do is they loan money to the banks that are tied to the Federal Reserve, the private banks that are tied to the Federal Reserve. And they tell them to raise interest rates. They tell those banks. And if they comply with that, then it makes it way easier for them to get loans from the Fed. Actual money from the Fed. Yeah, it's not like they can just dictate 100%, but the banks comply, basically, right?
Okay.
The Fed is just tied to a shitload of private banks that end up complying with whatever so-called policy they put in place. In exchange, the banks can, receive the money that they ask for without a problem. And that's basically how it works. But most of what we have in the supply is not money per se. It's just credit. And that combination of credit plus money is what's really driving the economy. But the problem is when people overdo it and they end up there's too much goddamn credit in the system. Eventually, someone tries to cash the check and you end up in a fucking recession once you realize that there's a shitload of credit, a shitload of promises made, but none of the promises have been fulfilled, at least yet. When people realize that, then they start holding back. They start getting afraid. They start saying, fuck, I don't know if I can buy this. Fuck, I shouldn't have spent all that money. What do? I have so much debt and the interest is piling on and I can't pay it and I can't afford it. And if you can't afford it, guess what? No one's going to get that money back. And that fucks with the economy, okay? Because people were spending money on the idea that they were going to be able to, afford this or that they were going to have this amount of money or that the economy was going to be like this, and it's not. And when that happens, people hold back. And banks start not being that friendly to people when they ask for a loan. They start saying, no, we can't give you a loan. Yes, our interest rates are going to be higher now. We don't want as many people asking for loans because when people ask for loans, that's just going to put more credit in the system and that's just going to make it more difficult for us in the economy. So
that's obviously it varies depending on who doesn't pay back what bank.
Right. Obviously you can look at it from the individual perspective, but the big picture is that what the Fed tries to do is they try to say we're going to make it more expensive to borrow money.
And who's controlling the Feds? The Federal Reserve?
Well, the chairman, the people that are involved there.
Who's that?
Well, right now you can look up who the chairman of the Federal Reserve is.
Are those guys?
He was under Trump too. It's not just Biden.
Oh, really?
Same guy. Yeah, same guy.
Interesting.
It's not really a new dude. Let me take a piss and then we can move on to something else because I feel like I've been discussing this shit and repeating myself.
No, it's all Gucci. I'm here learning about economics, bro. We're in there.
Anyway, so moving on from what we were talking about, the whole economic situation we were discussing.
Dude, did you see the dude in that was in court? That fucking Superman, the judge.
I did see that. That dude is so savage. Goddamn.
Apparently, she like denied bail or some shit.
Yeah. For anyone who's listening, I just want to explain this because this was amazing.
Go for it. Yeah.
Right. I'm a little bit of Adderall, a little bit of caffeine, and very hydrated. So let me just
speak that.
Get up in here. Fact of the matter is, folks, there was this gentleman over at court. And I don't know what was going on, but the judge was apparently...
She wasn't having it.
She was so happy to give him whatever the fuck she was going to give him, sort of punishment. He never found out what the punishment was because he didn't really give her time to complete it. He just got very pissed off at this judge. And as soon as she was about to pronounce whatever her sentence was about to be, which was not going to be good for him, by the way, she made that very clear.
Yeah.
He just fucking tackled this bitch. Like, he came in from the sky. He fucking soared over this bitch.
He literally Supermaned from the podium where he was standing, where the judge talks to the dude. All over her fucking desk.
Yeah, absolute like Michael Jordan.
Yo,
flight.
Hops. Like, yo, he flew, yo. Like,
but he fucking landed on this bitch and started kicking the fuck out of her.
Oh, I didn't see all that.
I mean, no, I saw the whole thing, bro. I'm telling you. No. Let me. This is in detail. Let me get to the bottom of this. Right. As soon as he landed on the judge, and he started pummeling this bitch on the ground. Oh, right. Shit. Eventually, these dudes that are working there, bailiff
homie,
or whatever,
the homie like next to her was trying his hardest to like get her. Get him off her.
I don't know if he had like a fucking a lapel or a pin or some shit that he was trying to punch him with, but it looked ridiculous. Yeah. Anyways, this guy's on the ground, right? He's about to do some time or some shit, and he's on the ground beating the shit out of this judge lady. And the bailiff and these people are trying to beat him up and get him out of there, but he's getting a few more licks in and he's punching her.
Fuck it, though, before he goes in.
Yeah, he just going balls deep, trying to punish this bitch. And then they start punching him and get him the fuck out of there. And I don't know, some family members of his are screaming in the background.
Oh,
and all I see... After all this happens and they got him in handcuffs and shit, which they should have had him in handcuffs from the beginning, but... I don't know. The bailiff fucked up.
Nah, I don't know if he was like coming from jail. I think he was just out in the streets.
The point is this: after that shit was over and he attacked his bitch and they restrained him or whatever, that bitch did not get up. Damn, I saw the video for like 2 minutes or some shit. They're just talking. They're like, "Fucking get secured, get this, get that."
You think he knocked her out? Nah.
I think she was being a weak bitch.
She was playing extra,
you
bro.
Old bitch. You can't be.
Come on,
you can't. I'm sorry, but if you're a judge, you can't be smiling as you give people sentences, bro. Like that's just fucked
There's
up.
some harsh ass judges.
Don't get me wrong, bro. Like there's no justification for this man. Like you cannot attack.
What did he do?
He attacked that bitch.
No, no. I mean, like, what were his actual charges?
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
Even if he was innocent, he's guilty now.
No, I know. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, you can't be acting reckless in court like that where you attack a bitch that's, a judge and expect, like, shit not to go against you. I mean, you're fucking yourself. Like,
no, yeah, he's guilty for sure.
You really got to get a heavy sentence now because you can't just shit on the justice system by attacking a fucking judge.
No, I know.
The judge cannot feel threatened in any way if they're going to be,
There was 13 additional charges after that.
I can only imagine.
Jesus Christ.
He might get 13 years for everyone.
No, yeah, he's cooked for sure now. Like he must have had to get life in order to do that. Like what else was like, dude? If you got like 10 years and you did that, like, come on, bro. Like,
but life, bro. Like life. I mean, first of all, say you had life and you attacked this bitch.
Yeah.
You still got life.
Yeah, but you pulled it off though.
What did you do? I mean, you attacked the bitch, but.
I'm not justifying it. Like,
I'm just saying, why should that make you feel good?
I'm not saying it should, but like I can understand where he's like, you know what? Like, I can understand the mentality that they have.
I can get into the mentality. I can also get.
So you can understand that though, at least.
Yeah, of course I can understand.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not justifying it. Of course he's a dick. He's like, nigga, you did your crime, do your time.
Yeah, but that shit you can't tolerate that if you're gonna have a justice system though. Like that type of shit you have to punish severely.
No, 100%.
Because if you start letting people get away with shit like that, then the system crumbles.
Yeah, he's fucked, bro. Like, he deserves, like, mad years for that. Just simply just... especially doing that in court, bro.
That's fucking wild.
Come on, dog. Now, it'll probably give people ideas where, like, they might... You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing to play with. You know what I mean?
You can't allow it to...
But it is OD. Like, homie dead ass Superman there, bro.
I just don't fuck with the way that she was acting though, bro. Like the way that she delivered, she was like smiling as she was about to give him that sand. I'm like, bro, that is fucking sick.
So maybe you can understand. That's like
no, I mean she's a bitch, but like, bro, you gotta be wise. This is your life
for real, dog. You really have no choice now. You're really gonna be in there forever now.
I mean, you really are gonna be next to the booty bandit till you die.
Damn, bro, I can't believe he did that, bro.
You want to spend your life with booty bandits, bro?
Nah, bro, I would never do some shit like that. Like it's not even smart, bro. Like
that's the
main thing. It's not even smart.
Exactly.
Like you're really fucking yourself over more now. Like come on, bro. But what else do we have? I had drug dealers shouldn't do time ? What do you think of that?
I mean, I think just for dealing drugs in and of itself, the problem with drug dealers is that since drugs are illegal.
By the way, I'm not stating this is my
your opinion.
I'm just
you're putting it
a
out
question.
there.
Yeah,
it's a good question because, like, on the one hand, you got to realize, like, since the drugs are illegal and since being a drug dealer is of course illegal, then the fact of the matter is that a lot of drug dealers are going to sell to kids because they don't give a fuck about ID and they don't give a fuck about the fact that they're breaking the law because they're already breaking the law since it's illegal to deal the drugs, whether or not it's right or wrong or neutral.
I agree with that.
And I cannot stand for the selling of drugs to minors, right? That just cannot fly.
There is that.
Even
that's
alcohol.
A good argument in that sense. For what happened if it wasn't for minors?
See, that changes everything, right?
What happened if the case was an adult?
I think if you're selling drugs to an adult and you're an adult and you both agree to a transaction, that's no one's business. On the one hand,
but legally, but it's still illegal though.
Yeah, but the question is, should it be?
Right.
Because you're asking whether or not they should be punished. I mean, if it's the law,
or should it vary by drug?
I don't think it should vary by drug. I don't think it should
even if it was like fentanyl.
Yeah, I don't think it should be punished in the legal sense. I don't think it's something that's legally the state's issue. I can understand why people are concerned for practical reasons. Because
of accountability?
To who? I mean, that person decided to buy a drug.
That's what I'm saying.
You decided to sell it. You're both doing something that you both agreed to do with each other. There's no problem here that I see.
Right.
I mean, if you're an adult and you're making the decision to buy that shit, that's on you.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the reason why you say they shouldn't.
Yeah, they should
because of the drug. No matter what the drug is.
No, I also don't think they should be promoting it. So, for example, I don't think it should be something that you use resources to promote it. Like you can't. I don't want to see fentanyl commercials during the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I just always thought it's like, if we really want to make sure everybody's like give people their own accountability. Right. It's like, then technically drug dealers shouldn't do time because.
No, I don't think they should.
The problem is though, like it's not black and white. You feel me? Like it's very gray in the sense where like you might sell a drug to someone and it was laced. There's many situations.
Well, if it was legal, you wouldn't really have that as a problem.
Well, that's the Dr. Carl Hart argument, where it's like,
because that's the sort of world I'm talking about when I discuss whether or not they should be.
So technically, I know. We kind of talked about this, where it should be legal. There should be. You believe there should be centers testing the drugs?
Not center. I mean, I think there should be.
Would you take it that far?
Places where they're made, that where standards are kept.
Right.
To make, I mean, the same way that alcohol, that you ensure that there's no fucking poison inside the drink or whatever, even if it's Coca-Cola or some shit.
But you wouldn't want them to sell it legally, though.
I wouldn't have a problem with them selling it legally.
Every drug.
Every drug, yeah.
Every drug. As long as it's clean. I mean, with the government standard.
By law, you would need standards to ensure that it's clean. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a license to be able to sell it in the first place.
It sounds very too good to be true. That's my argument.
No, that's what they do with cigarettes, with tobacco.
I know they do it in other countries. Dr. Carl Hart has talked about that. But
the only problem that I see that could come from that is the amount of access that people might have to it constantly.
Drugs. Yeah.
I don't know whether or not it would increase their use of it. It might.
There's no way to. The only way to determine that is to do it right and to
Right.
see.
I would not want a society. I mean, if it gets so out of hand that everyone's taking the drug and shit.
What are the standards in Oregon right now? What are the statistics over there? Isn't everything legal? Or decriminalized, my bad.
See, decriminalization, I think, is a bullshit idea because of the fact that you're still going to have laced drugs and shit like that. There's no way to ensure that the shit you're getting is...
I think there's centers now for, like...
But that's such a risky, stupid way to do it. I mean, I think it should just be legal across the board and have insured providers of it that can sell it legally to people. I think it should probably be very highly taxed. And regulated, and I think markets should be able to handle it the same way they handle alcohol and tobacco.
So your drug dealer argument is they should only do time if it was for a minor.
For a minor, and the problem with drug dealers is that a lot of them are also get involved in a whole lot of other illegal shit in the mix.
Yeah, but that's all just he say, she say. You're just saying that. You don't...
No, I'm saying this is generally the truth because when something becomes illegal, you start a black market, and black markets tend to have other crimes.
Other shit. But not everybody. Let's say he's just a...
If you're some fucking regular dude selling weed, it's unlikely that you're doing some Pablo Escobar shit. But the Pablo Escobar shit is common in the mafia, right?
I hear you. I think it's tough though. Technically your argument would be that drug dealing, if it was legal, then there would be centers, but then there wouldn't be drug dealers then, Ape.
You could just buy it.
That'll just destroy it all.
I mean, you would have drug dealers the same way that you have liquor stores. That's a liquor dealer.
Yeah. There would become that. There would be businesses.
There would be businesses that open up.
There wouldn't be an independent dude.
There'd be places that are like hookah lounges where people would take heroin and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You think that's the type of world we got to be living in?
I mean,
would you take drugs then?
No, it wouldn't change whether or not I take drugs.
Are you serious?
I'm not holding back on heroin because I don't know where to find a clean dose or some shit.
But I'm not even saying that, even the worst. I'm just saying some simple shit, like just take a blind hit, like hit a blind.
No.
Fuck, dude.
I'm not avoiding it because it's illegal, my man.
I know, but I'm just saying it's so normalized. Like, what happens if everybody starts doing it around you?
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant?
Who gives a fuck what other people are doing?
You're your own man. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, what the fuck does that have to do with me?
Fuck people, bro.
Fuck them.
All right, no, I'm just checking it out.
You can eat one dick, choke on another, and swallow three, motherfucker. How about that?
There's a bad argument. There's a good argument to that there will be a lot of influence of people taking more drugs and minors taking more drugs.
It's possible. Minors are already taking a shitload of drugs, though, so I'm not sure that the making it so illegal and stigmatized is the issue.
Bro, it would be an issue because I already know how people are on YouTube. And
I'll tell you what. You know what a problem is that makes people take a lot more drugs?
What?
The fact that they keep getting shipped to dealers who want to sell them. And the fact that they keep getting made and transported to the richest country on earth, which is surrounded by a bunch of poorer countries. If you had your own supply lines and you had it made here in the United States and you controlled the amount that's made, it would be a lot easier.
They'll still find a
to
way.
Stop that. No, the mafia would not be profitable. From other countries trying to come over here, it would not be profitable. They would have to compete with systems that are legal, clean, taxed, and readily available to people, without any risk at all, outside of the risk of consuming the drug itself.
So you're saying the blame is on the government?
Initially? Let me put it to you like this, right?
Initially?
You remember when there was prohibition on alcohol?
Yeah.
Right, okay. You saw a lot of mafia shit going on, a lot of shootings, a lot of people dying, right? And people still got drunk as fuck. Okay, here's the other situation that you ended up seeing. Fact of the matter is this. When it comes to drugs like cocaine, they're shipping them over from the fucking border. I mean, most of it is not made here. Obviously. You want to get rid of that? Okay, how about you fucking make it here? Let's see what the cartels have to make money off of us here.
They're done.
After that.
They're done.
Okay, because the product is being done here. It's going to be easier to make it. It's going to be easier to ship it. There's going to be none of that risk of dying and bloodshed and all this shit. And, your entire containers get caught and you lose all that money because your shit got seized. None of that.
But Do you think the government will lose way more money by doing that, or make way more?
I think the country would be a lot better off. I'll tell you that much. One of the reasons
better off is different from the government doing good.
Can I just tell you the fact of the matter is the more cocaine they produce, the more that the dealers have to inspire people to just take this shit.
No, I'm agreeing with what you're saying.
It's basically that the supply is controlling the demand for the drug.
But it's a negative for the government.
Okay.
Like they wouldn't. It's not a win for them.
What do you mean for them?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a win for them.
In what sense? What are they going to lose? I'm not saying that the government is going to be the company that distributes it.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. Oh, you're not. Okay.
You're going to have markets doing it. You're going to have businesses
doing it.
Independent businesses that can end up doing that. Yeah. And in that way, you can control the supply. And since it won't be profitable for those motherfuckers over there to ship all that shit over here, it might be easy. Now, all of this, I'm just speculating off the fucking...
No, it sounds pretty...
This is all just speculation I'm making up.
That's what a podcast is for, bro.
Right.
But I'm thinking, like, just the government wouldn't want to do that, though, bro. It's a reason why they have it illegal, you know what I mean?
I'm not debating that. I mean, the point... We've deviated here. The entire point is whether or not drug dealers should be arrested.
Oh, yeah, that is the... Nah, but yeah, I feel like I agree, though. It's hard to disagree with the minor shit.
I mean, if you sell cocaine to a 14-year-old, you
That's
are
fucked up.
a piece of shit.
100%. So I agree with that. Now, are you a piece of shit if you do it to an 18-year-old?
I think so. I'm not saying you're a good person necessarily.
Okay.
I'm saying since lines are arbitrary in terms of age, we got to draw them somewhere.
So where is that line?
We've decided 18 for tobacco and 21 for
Drinking.
alcohol.
So 21? 21 up?
I think 21 is better than 18. But I have a problem with it in terms of the fact that you're allowed to fight in a war at 18.
So the fact that you can fight in a war but not take drugs?
I think if you're responsible enough to fight in a war, you're responsible enough to decide whether or not you want to smoke.
I mean, the drugs, is there a line between those two?
And risking your life in a war?
No, I'm saying, like you said, there's a line between whatever, but is there a line between what drug?
Between,
where we stop at? Like, oh, no, we shouldn't.
I'd ask you to consider, I mean, of course, there's a huge difference between weed and fentanyl. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Where do we stop at then?
Well, the problem is that no one's stopping at all. I mean, it's completely illegal, and yet people are addicted, hooked, and their lives are being completely destroyed.
Why are they addicted?
Because it's coming in through the border, and people are still taking it. The war on drugs is not working. People are dying more than ever from that shit. It's not regulated. People
I'm trying to remember Carhartt's argument to why people get addicted to drugs. Like, what's the...
No, my main concern is not even the addiction. You can recover from addiction. You can't recover from an overdose, which is the huge problem that we're having with fentanyl. People have no idea what amount of fentanyl is in that shit, and they end up taking it, and it's Russian roulette, basically. I mean, people are gambling with it because they're already addicted, and they don't know what they're getting, and the shit is packed and laced and made in such an irresponsible manner that people end up dying constantly from it.
People be smoking that shit called 2C.
2C.
Yeah, it's like pink. I don't know what it is exactly, but you never heard of that?
I don't know. I did take a psychedelic called 2CI.
I'm not talking about that. That's like some rinky-dinky acid, right?
Yeah.
I remember my boy. We talked about this earlier, but damn, you never heard of 2C though?
No.
It's like fucking. It might be crystal meth.
Is that illegal? The 2C shit, or?
Of course, bro. Bro, hold up. Yeah,
it's not like spice.
It's pink cocaine.
That sounds like it's not cocaine.
A powder mix of ketamine, MDMA, and caffeine.
Man, that sounds like some wild shit. You want to die, you take some shit like that.
Yeah. They be having that in a bunch of countries and shit, different other countries.
That's some wild shit. That's just a cocktail of drugs, bro.
Yeah, I mean, ketamine is... Have you ever taken that?
No. It is used now as a treatment for depression, though. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yeah, but didn't that dude from the Friends show die from ketamine?
It's possible.
That's what his the drug shit was.
People die from all types of medications that are regularly used, though. It's not like a good...
Apparently, he didn't take the medication. Like, he took it from like a
He took it from a dealer
type shit, or I don't know.
That's probably not the best idea.
I don't have the exact.
But I've seen the shit they do. I mean, they give people, for example, ketamine in these depression studies, and it seems to work. But it's especially for like, it's especially used for like treatment resistant depression, because they give them a significant dose of ketamine. But it's not like antidepressants that you take it every day. It's like one time, and then like for 6 months your depression is gone or some shit. For some people, it just goes away. And then for some people, it'll come back, which is normal with depression, right? But that's what you see. And apparently it does work pretty well. But it also has like some side effects for people, like their eyes are bothered and shit like that. And I don't know, shit. Just some shit that happens to some people that take it. But it's nothing that tends to be serious.
That's interesting.
It does have like some psychedelic qualities to it too, like the effects of ketamine.
One of my boys took ketamine before. I was there with him. He seemed pretty fine.
Yeah, I mean, how much did he take? Right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, but those were like young. I was young as fuck too. He was probably like 18, 17.
You remember those old tracks we used to make?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I'm high as fuck, by the way. Yeah, it was good.
How you feel about the lyricism we had back then?
Yeah, we were talking about that. I did find me and Ape's old tracks.
Back in the day, we used to make music too. It's not a new thing.
Yes, I have a bunch of mixtapes on Dat Piff.
Why don't we go ahead and explore some of that?
That's actually a good thing that you reminded me.
Folks, this is interesting. You know, this is us well over a decade ago.
We're revisiting.
I mean, what is this, like 2012?
It's a mix of senior year, and I would say a bit after that, like college.
We met at sophomore.
Yeah, but we started rapping in senior year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like senior year. Like, we even have my man AI1.
AI1, man. Folks, if you don't know, this is a very base gentleman.
He goes by Cash Black now.
Is that so?
Yeah. He be doing his thing. I think I follow him on Instagram. But let's start from like, I'm trying to start from the earliest and then go to, it might be this one. Let me see.
This is a mixtape that you made a while back ago, a long ass.
I got 4 mixtapes on Dat Piff. Check them out, guys. My name is Michael Velasco. If you want to, it's
Cloud. I remember when you were making that one.
You're like on most of the tracks on that one.
We used to go to Wild Park, I think, a lot.
Yes, sir. Okay, are you on any of these?
I don't think I'm on that one.
No, you're not. All right, perfect. Then it's Cloud and
Careless was one that I was on.
Yeah, and Careless. Let's get it. Oh, man.
This should be interesting, folks.
So, yeah, we're going to just revisit our old tracks and see if they aged pretty good or not. All right. Let's start with Hayden. Hayden with no G. See if this even works. Oh, hold up. Okay, we're running that back. Hold up. We're gonna have to hear ourselves, but we're
Go
good.
for it.
We're good.
Shit when they hear me rhyme. I'm not the type to fucking hate. I'd rather fuck your bitch in the jaw until it breaks. And what I hate is somebody that's like you, worrying about what I might not and I might do. So that's why I made a song about all you haters. It's all good. Next time I see you, bitch, I'm
What beat is this, bro?
Look at all these people talking all that shit. You ain't worth a drip of piss coming off my dick. It's legit when I rip and spit and you ride my dick. So get off a bit. This beat I'm a rip motherfucking trick. Hey, you'll hear that I'll cut off your ear. Leave your
Dude, we sound so young.
Yeah.
Home, souvenir. Cause I'm the realest motherfucker on the planet. Fuck with me, I'll leave your body stranded in the Atlantic.
Money in my hand, middle finger to the haters.
Maya on the chorus, though. Dude, I haven't heard this in so long. What do you think about this track?
I think it's
honest thoughts.
Listen.
Do I spit on this?
Yes.
Dude, my verse had to be horrible.
Nah.
Oh my god. Bad verse.
Nah, chill.
deep inside of me, no matter what you think. Ain't nobody stopping it. If they hate, let them hate. Soon they gon' be talking it. I'ma get the ass like a couch.
Oh my god.
But you got my name in your
Nah, this is.
Can't seem to admit it, and I'll never quit. So I really can't stop till I finish. We the villains, we get.
This was a quick one.
Yeah.
Money in my hand, middle finger.
Shout out to Maya on the chorus though. That one, I would say
That was interesting.
Those were one of my worst verses. Let's hear this one now. This is a rare track.
Oh God, I know.
Yeah.
You're on this.
I know.
What's the name of the song?
I'm blowing up now. I'm blowing up now.
That's how it goes? That doesn't.
Back then I wouldn't smoke, but I'm rolling up now. I'm rolling up now.
Yeah.
I'm rolling up now.
Okay.
My nigga Jay come out for sure. We blowing up now.
Damn, Jay was locked up during this time.
We blowing up now. Get that bitch my phone number. She blow it up.
She blow it up.
Okay, I fuck with this one.
She blow it up now. And since you my nigga, damn, I'll chuck it up now. I'll chuck it up now. I'll chuck it up. Okay.
Niggas thought it was hard. When all he did is
Infinite.
Infinite.
What the fuck?
He's not lonely because he's with his homies. Yeah. I'm up next.
They always hate, don't know why. Like I rock a ship, your boy too high.
I smoke too much, so I'm never stressed. Feeling gang be the crew, so fuck the rest. Anybody wanna test, I'ma put him to the test. Let him know who be the best while I'm smoking on his ass. We smoking on a motherfucking fine.
Okay, this flows hard. I fuck with this.
I just wanna die rich. Like a goddamn acid trip. Lyrics dirty like a fucking ratchet chick. Putting too deep on the map and shit.
Okay, this track is on the better side. I fuck with this track more.
Kill it pace. Strapped to my face.
Ducking cops and chasing money, that's the way I was raised. They say life is what you make it, I'm the side of my fate. My state of mind is illustrious, heart made of stone.
Okay, Maya.
Looking like success because it cushions my cologne.
Damn, I haven't heard this in a minute.
Empty, so I'm never alone. And when it comes to niggas beefing, I'm Sylvester Stallone.
Oh.
Always got that work on
That was a funny part.
at a job. Pussy niggas just Excedrin, all you do is dissolve.
Back then I wouldn't smoke, but I'm rolling
Okay,
up now.
I actually like this song a little more.
I'm rolling up now when my nigga
The chorus isn't bad.
for sure. We blowing.
Let's take a minute to talk about it though.
Alright,
Let's-
go. We'll hold up. We got a bunch of other tracks. so-
Folks, I I can't speak for V. I mean, the first track we heard when your verse went on, right?
Uh-huh.
All I can say is in the beginning, beautiful.
Okay.
Later on, it feels like you got bored when you were writing the lyrics and said, "Man, I want to finish this shit."
Oh, my verse?
Yeah, on the first one.
Yeah, my verse was.
So in the beginning, you came in hard. The chorus, you came in on the second one. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I actually fucked with the now.
That was beautiful.
The now track. The
Very
now
well-
track.
very well
That
done.
was I was putting these songs together, dog. I don't even know
No,
how.
you did a great job on this one. But what I will say about my own
Okay.
shit, the shit that I was spitting, I was saying nothing.
Nah, it still snapped though. It don't matter. It don't
I
matter.
remember like the shit that I was talking about. Like I would say the same thing for 4 bars, just
Yeah.
differently and make them rhyme.
Yeah.
But it was the flow was decent to a degree where it was like I don't give a fuck if he's not talking about anything. He still sounds okay.
I think sometimes that's all that matters.
Well, let's keep going then. Let's see.
Like that's really all that matters, you know. Nah, the flow is hard though. That track was. That one, it was decent. I don't think Hayden aged the best.
Probably
Maybe
not.
because we obviously the mixing, like I didn't mix shit the best back then. I was like, yo, whatever. Dude, what the fuck?
Oh man. Oh, this is one of the stoner songs.
Oh my god. I think I have this one on my SoundCloud. I've heard this one more. Yeah. Marijuana in my brain. You actually wrote this chorus.
I did, yeah. And it was, oh god, I can't believe I did this.
Until I feel the rain, I don't feel insane.
And I'm stumbling up the stairs.
With my wallet, don't know where. This chorus was bass. No fucks were given. And I said, most blunts over there.
Smoking on a motherfucking bag of dope.
Did I do this? I'm at that endo. Woo! Solid. I say roll another blunt with a sack. That you never heard shit like.
Hold up, bitch, I'ma be right back. So I stand up and I'm seeing all black. Walk up to the dealer and I said no crack, just give me some bud that is intact. And the goddamn measurements better be exact.
Nigga, this shit a 0.5.
So I roll it up and smoke
Based.
it up. High as fuck, don't give a fuck. Not anything I hate or wanna say or wanna do. Cause I'm chilling with your bitch and villain gang is the cool when I'm high like
I'm on acid drunk. Hoes better pass the pot. That was alright.
That's a lot. I'ma do this shit to my body, right? If you high as shit, put your hands up and let the whole world know you
Don't give a fuck. It's up in the metro.
fuck 5-0 and stay high. You that's all I know.
Solid.
I remember, yeah.
Solid. Let's skip to my verse.
Oh, I remember this.
Oh no. What the fuck?
But I'm so gone, I don't care. Roll some more blunts over there. Goddamn. I'm just smoking on my reefer. I'm with a super fly diva.
Bass verse, I can already hear it.
So I really can't believe ya. That girl that I'm with, she the dick pleaser.
Oh, I remember this verse.
Blow it down, Katrina.
Katrina.
I just turned 17.
Damn.
I smoke like I'm from 70s. Break down, roll up and hit it.
I do it so steadily.
Goddamn, she a bad bitch, but she give dome heavily.
I haven't heard my old tracks in a bit.
But the singles that you made on this one were fucking good, bro.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I related a lot to it, especially back then. I feel like we were in similar states of mind.
Appreciate it though.
Oh, this is the most bass shit.
Cut the beat off? Yo, let's go. Goddamn. Motherfuckers in unison singing this stoner shit. I'm playing out of stairs.
Definitely the Bone Thugs influences in there.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Put some more blunts over there.
Goddamn.
Produced by Silent Killer. Shout out to that guy, whoever's beat I took. Let's see what the next track is. Oh,
goddamn.
I got the munchies. This is not, Ape is not on this, guys, but this is me.
I remember this. I will never forget.
I made a track called I Got the Munchies, bro.
I got the munchies. What? I got the munchies.
Yeah, I don't know what.
You remember the first track we made?
No. First track. Was it Good Times, Good Vibes? That was the first one?
That was the first one, yeah.
I think it's on this. It's the next one. Sheesh. But yeah,
But this one has a verse with
no, Galactic is just on the ad-libs, I think.
Galactic.
That was what it used to go by. And you feel what I'm feeling.
Fucking 80s
if you got
beat.
This shit. Yo, Chuck English made this beat. Shout out to Chuck.
You guys were high as fuck on this one, brothers.
If you got the munchies, if you got the munchies, ayy. I used to make a song about anything.
I really got the munchies. I'm a skinny ass nigga, but I eat like I'm fat and chunky.
Okay.
I'm craving ice cream. I'm craving pizza.
Swag.
I'm craving that pussy with a blunt inside of reefer.
Oh. Okay.
These other niggas lie.
This beat's hard, actually.
So imagine when I'm high, and I be so high that I'm past the fucking birds. My stomach growling to me, and this is what I heard.
Okay. I think this would hit at this.
I'll fuck with it. Yeah.
And this year, this would hit.
Yeah.
This is a TikTok.
Yeah.
And I be so
What? Me and Joe could get big on this.
punchy. I got the munchies, damn.
All right, let's see what the next one is. Hey.
Oh, man.
This is classic.
Folks, I just want to mention I was high as fuck when we made this. All right.
This is me and Ape's first track. This beat is still hard. If we could actually redo this track in a way better
We could.
you know what I mean? Cause the quality probably sounds like shit.
Got a couple problems. Feel like me, put your blunts in the air. See,
Whoop.
I wrote this song when I was blown. I encourage you to smoke weed, take Patron.
This is actually hard.
B.I.B. if you fuck with me.
You can R.I.P.
You can see I'm with Mary Jane and I
Simple but catchy, bro. That's all you need.
Cause all I wanna do is blaze a pound and get high so my feet never touch the ground. Really, I I just wanna chill with the homies and bitches. Plus, get into your girl's pants with a quickness. If you ain't high right now, you wasting time.
Go to blind and refresh your mind.
And I got the munchies, eating chips ahoy.
We have one more track, In My Zone.
Yelling boy.
Feeling so good, man, I'm feeling alright. Good times and good vibes all night.
Oh man,
This sounds like a teenager song.
it is. It is.
Like literally for like 14-year-olds, bro. That like smoke weed and like to drink and shit.
Yeah, it's.
Even though we're probably like what, 16 or some shit?
It does remind me of Mac Miller's early days.
For sure.
The sort of content. Ah. Hey.
The telly. Why would I say that in my raps? Okay. Yeah, I think I shouted out Jay on every track. One bar. I think
I remember that, bro. That shit was
I was like, yo, I'm gonna do that.
shit was rough.
Okay. Yeah, I fuck with this one.
Oh no, that shit was hard.
Good times, good vibes.
I was just too high, bro.
What is this one, bro?
That sounds like it's in my zone.
This one I really haven't heard in a while, so I'm really about to like first time, guys.
You have no idea how high I was during this one. Folks, I
This
was
is a Terrio beat.
I was in a different fucking dimension, bro.
Damn.
There was one we made that was a freestyle, by the way.
Oh, which one is that one?
That one's on Careless, but I need to remember this one. I remember the day we made this, by the way.
Let me hear this. Hold up.
Yo, I'm just chilling with my niggas. Yeah, we always fucked up. If I'm not getting the pussy, then I'm getting sucked up. Catch me laying up a blunt while I'm sipping on Patron. Drinking till I feel no pain. Yeah, I swear I'm in my zone.
Dude, I didn't even drink that much, bro.
Drink?
Yeah, well, more of a smoker, but
Bro, I was high as fuck the entire. Every time I saw you, I was like, I'm gonna be high.
I'm chilling with a bad bitch.
ooh,
Average, my dream is to get mad rich. Inhale trees like a savage. I spit a dope ass rhyme.
Let's go.
When I'm in the pothead state of mind, I unwind. My lyrics is sublime. Remind.
woo, hard.
Fuck about all you haters. Hit me up another time. Cause right now I'm rolling papers and I'm with another hoe. And another hoe. Smoking a roll till I don't know how my name go. And slow is the way I'm seeing everything move. So I go ahead and let the
She soothed me.
I fuck your girl, groove, B. I beat your girl's pussy up, bully.
Pass me a Dutch. Pass me my grinder. Pass me some weed. Pass me my lighter.
Got Bacardi in my system.
Oh my god, I did not remember this verse.
System. These hoes I never miss them.
Never.
Chillin' with the villains, cause them niggas always round me.
What?
Oh my god.
Both we get rowdy. Okay.
Fuck you if you doubt me.
My nigga, I'm the shit. Someone
Yo, that shit was not chill. Hey, that was hard. Stop playing with me. That was great. That was beautiful, bro.
Always about my cash flow. I'm on the throw, she give me dome like a
Oh my god, dude. That's all I had to hear.
Someone please pass me a bounty. That was amazing.
Oh my god, dude, I'm dead, yo. That's all I had to hear from that track, dog. It's not bad though.
Oh, someone please pass me. Put that shit on a gravestone, bro.
I fucked with your verse for sure.
Nah, you went in, bro. Stop.
Where's the other one? Oh, it's
Careless.
All right, there you go. Yeah, it is Careless. Which one is it? Damn, I'm high. Yeah.
That's the freestyle.
Ooh, this was
People,
hard.
we freestyled this.
Oh
and
my
again,
God.
I was always high. Mike was always high. I was just out of my mind when I wrote this shit. I didn't write it. We freestyled it.
I really like this beat. I remember.
We jumped on a microphone and freestyled it.
Yo, last one. Okay. I just hit my bar.
Oh, this beat's hard.
Now we stupid high.
I be rolling up with my guys.
You know what it is? I like slow beats.
Yeah.
It's a freestyle too.
Who's fucking with we? That's nobody. Like a skeleton, nobody.
Ooh, that's hard. For a freestyle?
You know that. Every day
I roll it up and up. I always say that in a rap.
Yeah, the nigga be fresh. Yeah, and we know we up next.
Damn.
Yo, bitch, my eyes low, I be smoking dope. Think that's my favorite hobby. All these niggas.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
You be smoking on brown, but like your first name, Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I fucked up there.
You actually added that as an ad-lib. Damn, fucked up.
Oh, for
Bitch, you know I'm about my
cash flow. Woo!
Bass freestyle for real. I mean.
Oh, damn, that was a bass freestyle.
Yeah.
I'm high.
Damn, I'm high.
Damn, I'm high.
I'm fly.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm fly.
You know it.
That's hard.
I'm fly.
Super fly. Damn,
Oh, here we go. Fuck.
I'm bass the fuck out.
Woo!
Fucking faded.
Switch the flow.
Bitch, that shit X
Rated.
posted in the sky, and I'm with Joe Ho. Yo, clouds looking green.
Cause I smoke that dro. Oh.
Way too faded. You can't even understand.
Yeah.
Hooking up Velasco. That's the man. You gotta
Let's go.
with me.
V and A.
Fuck with villain gang.
Villain gang.
Knock the fuck
Throwback
out.
for real.
No bitch, I ain't playing. No. Shit ain't no joke, boy. Don't try to step. Don't
Let's go.
turn your life into a motherfucking wreck.
Damn, this thing is threatening people.
Whoa.
Bones and
Disconnect.
I need to relax. I gotta chill.
This man was bugging.
disrespect. I'm still up in this.
Fuck the chorus. Let's go.
One day I'm gonna get rich.
Woo.
A freestyle off the
Fucking dome.
bitch. It's like I'm getting shot cause every day my ass get blown.
I could have phrased that differently. I could have.
Yeah. Yeah, word. That was hard though. Okay, that was hard.
Yeah, bro. We took a lot of bomb hits that day.
Damn, I'm high.
Nah, the struggle was hard.
I'm fly.
This might be one of my favorite ones.
Damn, I'm fly. I'm fly. Damn, I'm fly. Yeah.
We made titties and ass as well.
Damn, titties and ass.
Titties and ass.
Titties and ass was like our hood hit
It was, yeah.
in
It
school
was.
and shit.
I
you feel
remember
me?
that, yeah.
That was the hood hit. Like
It
people
got a little bit of traction.
Yeah, for sure. People were hype on V and A before even V and A.
Before being Ape. I know this is.
That's crazy. Damn, you got fuck with me? Oh, I remember this track. How many bitches want to fuck with me?
Yeah.
I forgot you're even on that. Hold up. I got a fucking phone. Can I not like... Oh, there we go. Oh, this is hard. I know this is like us in college days, like early or like right after...
Probably right after like high school was done.
Type shit. So these verses are a little more me on the better side. Still questionable, but let's see.
Fuck with me? Fuck with me.
Wherever I even got this beat.
Damn.
Okay.
Hey.
A+ for that. Okay. Shout out to Jobs.
Pull up.
That's not a flex, guys. Don't listen to that.
Definitely not.
All these niggas be hating on your boy MV, but it's pure envy, cause I'm headed to the money and it really ain't a joke when I say it's swag is funny. Smoking mad weed, I'm high till next morning, I'm so motherfucking fresh, I pray to
Ralph Lauren.
tell the bitches come fuck with me. I'm rolling Epstein pop ecstasy.
Ecstasy?
She eat the dick, it's a favorite recipe. It's not my fault that she mess with me.
You can't blame him.
In my pocket, I ain't trying to have a kid.
Damn.
Oh my god.
But I get head like a wave.
What?
I hate that bar.
Shit's so crazy, it's Velasco. I got a question for the ladies, huh?
Hey.
Questionable verse, but let's see what Ape got on this. I fuck with the beat.
Shit is hard, yeah.
How many bitches wanna fuck with me? Yeah. Let's go.
Oh man.
The bitch poppin' the molly, now she don't give a fuck. It's your boy white chocolate tryna bust her nut. Like she want this bitch. Told her hoe slide through to the crib right quick.
Okay.
Told her hoe for a bit, then I start to ski. All over your face, bitch, it wasn't neat. The munchies on the ass I eat. The trick fell asleep, so out the house I creep. This is boy white chocolate, I'm with too deep.
Oh.
If you ain't fucking with us, then you know you sleep. If you think your weed is fire, then you must be on coke. You ain't smoking what I'm smoking on because you broke.
Flexing the cash.
Your bitch is hella
Motherfucker, what cash? I was broke.
And if you're getting paper, then it must be pouring. You a motherfucking hater, so it's you I'm ignoring. So roll it up and smoke it up and get fucked up. And then just wake up in the morning and not give a fuck. Cause I'ma keep on smoking like a fucking hippie. So go on, clap your hands if you're fucking with me. I'm setting up a party, so bring your bitch. Cause when your girl see me, then it's
Do you think, have you had to talk to a young Ape?
I have a lot to say. A lot, man. I would talk for days and days and days and days, bro.
Do we have any other tracks? Do we have any other tracks on my tapes?
I'd give anything to talk to that little fucker.
Oh, we do have one of this. Like, yeah, one shit. I remember. I listened to. But these are on my SoundCloud. That's why I've heard them. But this one's hard. This one's hard actually. Get Rich.
I remember Get Rich.
This one's hard.
Yeah.
This was hard. I think you snapped on this one. Is there any other ones? Enjoy featuring White Chocolate.
I wake up in the morning and I smoke a little weed and try to sell this work because the cash is what I need.
This is actually hard. No
Attention.
Well, no bullshit.
And almost got suspension. I need a fucking miracle
To graduate,
At lunch, you faggots go ahead and
try to hate.
I really don't care. When I'm out, I smoke cess. So I go home, the weed lets me rest. Smoke till I got plenty pain in my chest. Your ass ain't shit to me, yeah.
Even the pest,
I walk through you in the park
looking like a mess.
My eyes looking hella red, I ain't got stress. When this rap shit drop, I'ma have mad bread. And wake up every morning just getting mad head.
Damn, bro.
Like
You vulgar animal, bro.
Fucking high school little kid dreams.
And now I'm trying to get rich. I be chasing my dream, but I never chase a bitch. Yeah, I'm just trying to get rich. I be chasing my dream,
voice was
but I
so
never chase a bitch.
different.
Get rich.
Get rich. Get rich. I'm just trying to get rich.
And I'm just trying to get rich. I be chasing my dream, but I never chase a bitch. Sleeping on us, my nigga used to wake up.
I remember this
My
verse.
eyes open, you know it's time to bake up. All that shit you be spitting
It's fake, made up.
I'm in the fucking holes and getting my cake up. Sometimes I
My writing was getting better here.
Saw the moments, but I get so high I forgot all the moments.
Facts.
And fake shit, so we never
Facts.
And I ain't
Still
tryna
facts.
battle, I let my niggas kill you. This is just a memo. You can never beat me. Your girl must be mad cause all she do is beat me. You can't defeat me.
Weak bar.
I got them tea trees, Velasco, the shit. I think I need some TP. I'm choking, I'm smoking.
I'm rolling, it's potent. Your girl gets, you know this. Your bitch lose control this.
Oh, damn.
I love these babies. I'm trying to smoke a couple pounds. All I rock is polo. I guess I like the horse around.
Alright.
Trying to get rich. I be chasing
Do we
my
hear this, guys?
never chase a bitch.
Yeah, sure.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I don't not remember his verse.
But I never chase a
Let's see.
Me neither, actually.
We gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get rich. And I'm just trying to
Wordplay was a funny guy.
Nah, he was dedicated though.
Nah. Dude, I think he has a label now.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like he's not a label. I mean, like he signed to one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When I'm famous, I run the biggest vein of fucking letter. The pinnacle of cynical. I'm lyrically chopping them seeds down the less than 1/3. Alright, it's live. How you talking about how you came up for nothing? Living in a two-story house. It's just
Abundant.
with a real deal. Girl trying to cop a feel real serious. Wanna steal out to any enemy who be friendly.
Yo, but what's this track?
The beat.
This I really don't even know what it is now.
What does it say?
Enjoy, featuring White Chocolate.
I don't remember this.
Oh.
Was I actually in this?
Ooh, that boy on this. I gotta hear this. Isn't this a big pun beat?
No, this is Mobb Deep.
Oh, this is Mobb Deep. Snapping. Damn, it's so low though.
I think I was freestyling this.
Mmm. Woo! This is hard.
See, I'm too high for this shit. Yes,
Oh, it's loud now?
And I'm too hood for this shit. I smoke too good for this shit. And I be doing what I gotta do. I be rapping and I be flowing when I high like a motherfucker. I'm gone off so rock and I drink that shit. Fuck around with me, then you gon' see some shit like the motherfucking stars when I knock your ass out. And I do knock you out without
A doubt.
I'm too high for this shit. Motherfucker, did it, you know? I be the white chocolate fucking your hoe for sure. Oh, and I smoke that dro. What the fuck am I talking about when I be this high?
Perfect way to
That
end
was
it.
100% a freestyle, bro.
Perfect way to end
There's
that.
no way that I remember that.
Underground motherfucker starting ruckus, you done did it now, so I had to come and
Is there any other songs that we have done?
I mean, there's titties and ass.
There's got to be another one that wasn't on there. Probably our SoundCloud. I mean, this is probably our last try. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Actually, we probably do gotta go. It's already.
No, we do, yeah.
Guys, it's been an honor.
Gentlemen, it's truly been an honor. These were some of the
You guys
actual
just
songs.
witnessed some of the rarest.
This is what we were up to in high school.
Yeah, we were just having fun. Hope you guys had
Hope you had some fun with us.
listening. We'll see you guys in the next episode next week.
Peace.
Deuces.